never seen
Well, no,
something
no,
like
the
that.
fact
No,
that
no, she's
Gray
talking about
hyper
Gray.
killed that thing instead of just
Oh yeah,
calmly shooting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gray kind of lost the proverbial shit and riddled it with bullet
Actually,
holes.
I wouldn't say that he lost his shit so much as he became very, very laser focused on the destruction. I didn't see that as an uncontrolled thing, but as a dispatching without care.
Isn't it
This
nice
was a
when somebody
survival
loves you a little bit so
response.
they don't see how rattled you were?
It was survival. It comes across as
It's the
survival,
only
not
window you
as
get.
fight or flight. It may have
Only
felt like
window
fight
you
or
get into
flight.
his previous life, because those things die now.
He's not putting up with any of this wishy-washy. Oh well, let's just see what it is first. No, kill him
Yeah.
with fire.
Yeah,
Let's
does
count
anybody
the seconds
remember?
fucking later.
Did anybody watch the beginning of The Walking Dead?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When everybody
I
kept doing the "I want to see when they turn if they remember me" thing, I'm like, fucking stake it. They
Yeah.
clearly don't. What are you doing?
None of this wishy-washy. Is it alive? Is it dead? No, we just make sure it's dead.
What is the matter with you?
the thing I found amusing about that particular moment is that the guy playing the doctor in that for the governor, um,
Oh yeah.
Dallas Roberts, I think is his real name. I know it's Dallas something. I have seen him play serial killers on more than one occasion, and
Oh,
in The Walking Dead, he was doing this role of like kinder, gentler, sweeter, thing with the. And I'm like, you know what? Somebody needs to rewrite your role, dude, because you're a much better serial killer than this. Every
right.
once in a while, I can't wrap my head around he's playing a different role. Can't do it. Just can't do it.
I do it with some actors.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
what's
I
his
I
name?
want him to,
Donald
break
Sutherland is
out.
ruined for me after the thing where he was the crazy priest that was killing nuns.
Oh jeez.
He's
Yeah.
always going to stay that guy from the 70s now. He's stuck. All right. So we know that Robert G will be coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Was there
Well.
anything pertinent on the way to the train station?
Well,
So.
he went ahead and told me not to wait on him, just to go ahead and start without him and catch him up when he gets here. So
All right. Cool. So.
I
So
think we were at the train station, were we not?
yes.
Yeah.
yes.
You are. Let
He
me.
told the archaeologist
Yeah,
to
we were
lock
sort of
himself in the
wrapping up
telegraph
though.
office. He locked
Yeah, we were
himself in the telegraph office with the telegraph operator.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was
And we
So.
were
Rob
going to
wanted to
go,
make sure that he would be safe if we left him
yeah,
because we're all kind of rattled after that thing.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then we were going to head off to the direction of gunshots and screams.
Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
So at this juncture, you're standing in front of the train station. You have all kind of hustled up to the train station. You're everyone's on the heads on swivels, kind of looking into the dark, seeing if there's any more of these things as you're approaching the building. I mean, there is now a very apparent, the term for the protectorate is there's a rot on the wind, and there is
Ah,
definitely something
okay.
in the air.
Something rot on the wind for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's something
So
amiss.
sorry.
And you guys are approaching. Lights are still on. And you deliver Kester, and as Kester is entering the train station to go kind of lock himself in a room, you hear just a bunch of gunshots to the south, and it's kind of hard. It's kind of muffled, but you also think you hear some people yelling too as well. And I'm gonna move Kester in there right now, and his little light source. Okay, there you go.
Okay, I am sort of here. I am
Now,
not going far.
really quick for my own notes and for strategic purposes, Gray and Ruby, which one either or both of you have night vision or dark vision?
I'm an elf. I can see everything.
Okay, so you have night vision,
He is human.
and
He
Gray is
sees nothing.
human, so he doesn't. So only two
Correct.
of us have night vision. Okay, good to
Right.
go.
Right.
Good to know. Thank you. Alrighty. So Sean, which direction again did these gunshots and screams come
The
from?
south.
The south?
South, so kind of in the direction of the ping, but a couple blocks off. Now, if you were to kind of zoom out of the map a little bit, or if I were to show you the big map picture thing, where is that little thing? This guy right here. Um, if you look at the big map I just showed everyone, it's essentially. Do you see that open area? Too bad you can't ping on the map itself.
Yeah.
But if you
The
in that,
City Hall.
well, it's actually more to that clearing to the south, or possibly near the gate to the south west of your location. So it's roughly in that area.
Over by where the hills kind of go up from behind that neighborhood.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's kind of in that area, thereabouts.
All right.
Possibly the warehouse, but it does seem like it's going to be more that direction.
More
Alright, now
closer to the
keep going
gate.
here.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
Alright. And my lantern, I need to
Oh yeah, make sure you can
need
bring
to
your light
move
sources.
me, and then shift click the lantern. Do they move? No. Shift right
So-
click the lantern.
No, so click yourself and then shift click the lantern. Actually, you may have to shift click the lantern, then shift click yourself, depending upon where it is, and then you guys can move as a unit.
It's not letting me. I'm gonna move me somewhere else. Hold on. Let's see. So click the lantern and shift click me.
Mhm.
Oh. All right. So now try farther away. Huh. I can't pick up the one lantern, but I can pick
Is
up
it?
another one. So maybe it was already on the building
Are you talking about
and
the
it
one I
wasn't
just
mine.
moved?
Yeah, I was trying to move the one that was on the corner of the building somewhere else, and it was probably
Oh,
not ever mine to begin with.
oh, you know what? Yeah, actually, I haven't. If you are going to grab that lantern, let me know and I'll
No,
give it to you.
no, I can take this one.
Okay.
So if you leave it, then I will
There you go.
take it with
Yes.
me. There we go.
Take your lights with you. You're gonna need them. It's cold and dark out there in the land of the dead.
Okay. Now, ladies and gents, do we want to? Let me kind of do this.
All right, I'm following you.
Do we want to head around in kind of a this direction along the wall, or head down this way, down the alleyways and streets?
I'm gonna come up along the wall, I think. What do you think, Steph?
Whatever the fastest path to the screaming is my vote.
Well, along the wall looks like it's more open with less alleyways and bottlenecks, but it'll also probably have less light.
Okay,
But we're
going
taking
to
our
the
light
south.
with us.
We're going southwest or southeast.
That's the question.
Personally, I think it would be better to go through the streets where there's more street illumination long distance so we can see more of what may be ahead rather than just the 20 or 30 foot radius around your lamps. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so let's go.
All right, cool. What's the quick marching order?
I'll go ahead and head out in front.
Okay.
If Akale wants to take up the rear.
All right, cool. And so,
And we no longer have somebody we're guarding, so we're really just sort of moving.
yep, at kind of at your own pace.
Okay.
As fast or as quickly or whatever fast.
And
Yes.
and each time I come
humanly
to
possible.
yeah. And each time I come to an intersection, I'm just gonna kind of hunker down, check, all the directions, make sure the coast is clear,
Okay.
that kind of thing.
All right, cool.
And then probably head down this way,
All right,
checking
before you
down,
move,
checking
before
down
you move.
alleyways
I
and
left my lantern.
Here, I'll
I got
Okay.
it.
You got it. Okay, cool.
I'll be checking down alleyways and
Okay. As you guys proceed, I'll ping the map to about kind of where the next round worth of movement can be,
okay.
and I'll let you guys kind of arrange yourselves.
Okay.
There's another rattle a gunshot, and now the yelling can be heard a little bit clearer. It sounds like possibly some of the Protectorate are fighting something to the south. You can't
Okay.
be sure quite yet.
Yeah, we don't want to run willy-nilly after that thing came out of the alleyway at us last time, though. So,
Yeah.
we want to kind of pace ourselves here. Okay, so I'll go ahead and plot myself right at the corner of this building and kind of peer down this alleyway here.
Okay. You don't see anything down that way.
Okay.
Is this building right here? Is this a porch in front of this building that I'm standing
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, these areas right here are porches that you're kind of standing on.
Okay,
Now-
I'm gonna kind of.
Yeah. Do you want to kind of check down that alley?
Ish, so I can look down this alley and look
Okay.
around here.
So, as you look down the alley, you don't necessarily see anything in the alley, but the street on the other side of the alley, you're actually seeing a bunch of shadows being cast and movement.
Right here.
Yep. So if he and essentially at the very, you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing like any shapes or forms, but you're kind of seeing the shadow play from the street at the other end of that alley, and there's definitely some activity going on. And then there's another rattling of shots happening down there.
Okay, from this general area right here.
Yep.
Okay, I'm taking position here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and position here.
I will quietly let my party know that I'm seeing some shadowy shit down this alley, and maybe we want to be shooting at it or something.
Okay.
Does it look like the shadows we saw before with the scary shit?
You can't tell. It's just shadow play, but there's definitely some people yelling, and something is going on.
And it's coming from like this area of the street down here.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's my plan if you guys want to hear it. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna call out to any friendlies down the alley. You know, what ho? Who goes there? What the fuck?
Well, I was gonna say, you being the sneaky, stealthy one, if you would want to kind of sneak your way through the alley here and kind of run reconnaissance, the rest of us could work our way kind of. Let me get this. The rest of us could kind of work our way around this way.
You want me to go straight down the alley and you're gonna flank?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
because with one single person, it won't necessarily clog up the alley with all of us, and the rest of us can come around the backside in a more open figuration.
And I can move in the dark.
Yeah.
Whereas two of the party members need light, so that
and
sounds good.
If things go pear shaped, you'll be our surprise attack for anyone who might not see you coming. So
anything comes by here, kill it.
Yeah.
Yes. So okay, I will sneak down the alley while you guys bring the light around from this way.
Okay.
From this way here. I can't show you on the map because I can't get me.
Yeah.
It's okay. You can actually move the lamps, but.
Okay, so from here, I'm gonna move to the corner of this building and just kind of. Oh, I see some shit. Do you need me to roll a stealth check or anything, Sean?
Actually, yes. And at this point, now that you are in kind of line of sight with the contacts, we'll actually start initiative. But go ahead and make your stealth check real quick, and I'll start rolling initiative for all of mine.
Oh shit, that's not gonna be good. 14.
All right.
For my stealth.
God,
All right, cool.
hold on. Why won't you
And
let me
wow, I
have
am
my
just
character sheet?
I am on point with these initiative rolls lately.
I'm not
Right.
finding. I'm not able to open my character sheets. Just give me a second, because I'm being
Uh,
retarded.
You're
I
cool.
go to the journal, but it's not opening. Here we go.
Uh,
I found me.
okay,
It's at
cool.
the bottom. Something else was open. Character sheet. Now I can click that. Woo! And it moves. Now I go to my initiative. I just click me and roll, right?
Click on
Yes.
yourself and then roll.
Yep. Click on yourself and then click the initiative button.
Uh, why can't I find it?
It's above your hit points.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
I found it. No, I'm not on any drugs right now because I'm trying really hard to stop drying out my lungs. But what
Oh.
that means is that I've got no headache medicine. So now I've got spots in my eyes.
Oh shit.
So I'm
Mm.
trying to see
Oh,
through.
shit. I'm sorry.
I'm like, are
Oh,
you kidding?
fuck.
So I'm trying to see through that and do everything. I'm really so much better than I was a few days ago that I'm like, yeah. But it doesn't sound that way.
Still doesn't feel good anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of those colds that's awesome. Oh, look how low I am. I'm barely ahead of you. We're going to say that Gray and Ruby are holding back.
That's right. That's what we're doing.
That's our story. We're sticking to it.
Damn straight. I'm waiting for you guys to come around the other way, so I have a reason to be waiting.
Yeah.
And Ruby should probably roll a stealth check as well.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yep.
Now I can go back to the chat window so I can see the rolls. There we go. All right.
Okay, and in the meantime, I'm
I
gonna
fucking
hold.
nailed my stealth though, dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you did.
you are.
Like I said, it looks like we're intentionally.
You are one with
cold.
the shadows.
Right on.
I'm gonna hold up a closed fist to everyone behind me, kind of
Okay.
signaling to stop, and then signal 3 fingers up and point around the corner.
So around the corner, not where we left Ruby, but around the corner.
Where I'm facing,
Where
yeah.
he's.
You
Yep.
are. Okay.
All right. Cool. And I finally just got all the monsters initiative done. That was a lot of clicking.
Oh boy, thanks.
We can
All right.
see all of the clicking.
So you hear just prior to that, you heard another shot, and then you think you heard Karen yell "reloading," and you heard maybe a reply, but you can't tell from someone else, and a little
I
girl
have
scream.
a direct question for you.
Yes.
I can't see yet, but I'm gonna move up so that I can get line of sight down around.
Okay. Your initiative
I'm
is 10.
specifically trying to
Yep.
figure out if Karen is reloading, firing my way, or firing the other way.
Make a perception check.
I have to get there first, but yeah.
Well, you might be able to tell what direction she was shooting because you guys did hear ricochets as she was firing.
All right.
Oh yeah. So you actually believe that she is. I'm not sure how zoomed in your map is, but she's essentially in. I'm pinging the map. Actually, I'll just draw an arrow. Be quicker. She is almost directly in this general direction where I'm drawing the arrow on the map, and
I have to zoom.
yep, just from your position.
Why are you doing this? There we go. Okay, so, and I'm not seeing the arrow, but that's okay. She's. Okay.
Sean, I think only you can delete drawings. So if you want, you can get rid of my
Your
my
arrows.
little
No
arrows
problem.
there. Yeah.
Yep. So Ruth, I'm pinging the map in a general direction of where you heard her.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
So
and that's where
she is,
I saw you
She's
ping.
yeah,
inside the building.
she is actually in a direction of that ping, but she's in the alley
Yeah, she's
down
probably in the
this
alley
area.
between the two. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wish there was
okay.
a. Oh, you know what? You guys can see the effects. Let me do this real quick. Where are the effects? There we go. She is in that general direction, but her gunfire was essentially in this general direction. Could you see that, Ruth?
I can't actually.
Actually,
Uh,
yeah, we can only see effects if they're in our line of sight through the dynamic
bummer.
lighting.
Yeah, I'm seeing the
So
pink thing when you're pinging. I can
Okay.
see that, so I can get an
Yeah.
idea. I play
Okay.
WoW, so I'm used to only having that much
Visibility.
idea of what direction I'm going.
Yeah.
So,
So she is shooting at the things that you're looking at, Rob.
okay.
All right. Cool.
All right.
So top of the round, Thorhelm.
Um,
You
Sure.
see the things to the south.
yeah.
Just to describe, I mean, it's kind of one is actually kind of in the light, and so you get a good look at it.
Yeah.
It is a quadrupedal, kind of almost wolf size, could even be direwolf size, with a little bit more heft to it. But much like the creature you destroyed earlier, it is twisted and
Twister.
malformed, and there seem to be like almost little tendrils off of it that are just kind of flailing in the wind, like antenna almost. And they have now just recently come running up, and we're probably getting ready to turn around the corner.
Okay. Well, they're way out of my range to run up and smack them.
It's beginning of your round, so you actually have your full move.
Yeah, but they're like 50
Oh,
feet away.
yeah.
And even at full movement as a dwarf, I only have 25, so I'd have to waste an action to dash. And even then, I'd still fall short. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Being the Tempest cleric that I am, hot and heated temperament. Let's see, where is my 25? Would be right about that
Now, Rob,
square.
how are you making it do that?
The
So
arrow?
that I can see the
use the
amount?
ruler.
Oh, yeah, just hover over the ruler in the task or in that little bar on the
Uh-huh.
upper left till
Uh-huh.
it looks like a comb.
Yeah.
And then you'll get that menu that says snap to center, snap to corner, no snapping, all that. I just click on no snapping, and then
and
I
drag
just
it out from you.
yeah, I just hold down
Okay.
the arrow on me and drag it out, and it
Yeah.
gives me a range.
A distance. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's
Yep.
awesome because then I can see it.
And when you're ready to go back to moving your character, you just click on the arrow at the very top of that little bar.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm gonna stroll out here, and let's see.
And you vanished because there's no light.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come around the corner to see me, but you hear my voice very distinctly. All right, you cockeyed cunts. Who's first? And I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on the one
Ruh-roh.
on the right.
That one. Okay, cool.
And I can't see because I have the light source.
All
Yes,
right.
we'll have to
So
go.
that was a dexterity save 14. It takes 5 points of damage. All right. Oh, wow. Okay. So you come whipping around the corner, and you scream that, and that one that you pointed out stops for a moment to regard you, and like it's about ready to kind of look into your general direction, and you sacred flame it, and it immediately is engulfed in flames by your sacred flame. It doesn't even bother to dodge. Apparently, it was so caught off guard. It technically rolled a 1.
Yeah, and that's radiant damage. So if they have any vulnerability to it, that's 10 points. So
it is a conflagration that falls to the ground, writhing, and it's only at that point that it actually starts letting out this kind of deeply hollow howl as it's writhing on the ground. And what's strange is it's not like its legs kicked up, but something else kind of erupted from it, and is flailing around, and then immediately dies down and just turns into this steamy, though still kind of glowing mist, and kind of a bubbling mess too. Very similar when you immolated the other creature earlier,
Okay.
and it is slain.
Nice.
Good.
First
So
blood.
weak to fire, perhaps. Okay.
All right.
All right.
That is
Well,
my
I'm a
turn.
long way from moving.
And Rob, was that all your movement?
That is my turn. Yeah.
All right. Does Thorhelm have any other actions?
Unfortunately, well, no, that's my turn. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Cool. Kale is up. So next. Kale moves. He has a movement of 30. Okay. Cool. How far can you get?
I'm presuming he came up with us.
Yeah.
So he's probably starting from closer to where I am. I just
Yep.
didn't grab him or his light source.
Yep. So Kale comes running around the corner, kind of sees all of the things going on to the south, and then takes. Can he take aim? Hold on. Takes aim at the critter to the south. Ooh, just within. All right, cool. He sheathes the sword and pulls out his hex and cracks off a shot at the creature to the south. Unfortunately, hold on. I don't know what his AC is. Bummer. So, Akale goes around you, Gray, and takes out his hex and fires off a shot at the beast below. You can see some dust kicked up right next to the creature as his shot slightly goes to the side and ricochets down the alley. It lets out a growl and then starts facing its attention towards your group. And then Kale draws his sword, and that is the remainder of his actions. Next is, who are you? Oh, you're over there. What are your movements? You move how much? You move 15. And you just have that and that. Okay. That is its action. This thing is scarier. Oh, yeah, that thing is scarier. All right. Karen is doing a reloading action and is going to move to protect that individual. Gray, you're up.
Hey. All right. Well, I'm going to move down to be nearer to Akale, or nearer to, Thorhelm.
Okay.
Hey, look. And I
Right
can
on.
go the full 30. So.
Yes. All right. So this is you see. Actually, do you see? What's obnoxious as a GM is I actually can't see what you guys see. I only see everything.
Yeah.
So,
I can only see the one next to the one that Thorhelm has killed. I cannot see the one around the corner. Now I can, because it's in the light, but I don't know whether the patio porch or something else breaks my line of sight. So if the light makes it, can I see it?
If you can see it, you can shoot it.
All
right
right, then
now,
I'm
there's
shooting the
line of
thing.
sight is in play. Which thing? This?
I'm going to shoot the thing that I can see across the patio and around the side of the house then.
That thing.
Yep, that
All
one.
right, go for it. Very similar to the shambling humanoid you saw earlier. And
before. Okay. And so first I hit with it, right?
Yep, you
and
roll.
And then we do.
And really quick, are you rapid firing or are you just using regular?
He's going to rapid fire.
Okay.
For the first shot, he's going to rapid fire.
Okay.
Because he's actually. Oh, okay. So hover on this. No snapping. Click on me and drag out. He's within easy
Yep.
shot. So, at least I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's within range of
25
these
feet.
pistols. Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. So I hit hex.
And you may want to turn on advantage on your character sheet when you do so, because if you're rapid firing, you'll make this attack with advantage. But then you'll also expend 1d4 plus
It's
1
1d.
rank.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So first we hit the hex.
Yep.
And
Right
then
on.
I roll for damage, or did it do it? Because I see it.
16 is a hit, so you get to roll damage. Actually, I'm pretty sure. Let me. I don't
So
want
it
to make.
just hit the damage.
Yep. Well, you click on the word hex itself, and
Uh-huh.
that should roll damage for you.
Yeah. See, it's just rolling it.
Oh, really? That's weird. Oh, I'm sorry. You should in the chat. You click on the
click
word
it.
hex to roll damage.
There we go.
Which is
So,
sad because you just wasted a natural 20.
That's all right.
That's
The
okay.
system hates me anyway. When it decides to be random, it's wins.
Nice.
All right, and so now I have to use in the game the die.
All right.
D4. I need to roll 1d4
And
plus
that's
1.
2. That's actually pretty good when it comes to ammunition. Bear in mind you
Ouch.
have. Well, no, you rolled a 1d4. Oh, I see. Oh, you got the plus 1. So yes, you actually expended 4 rounds. Pep, 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 pep,
All
pep.
right.
You pepper it with bullets, and you actually see chunks of it fly off, and it staggers a little bit, and then focuses attention towards you and starts kind of shambling towards you. But you're actually through the lantern light behind it. You're actually able to see the gaping holes in it that you left.
Oh yeah, we're familiar with the fact that they don't go down.
Yep.
All right.
You need to shoot it in the head. Shoot it in the
Exactly, in the head, in the head. All right. Well, that's my action. So I did my
All right.
movement. Oh,
All right. Ruby, you are up.
And I'm still in the fucking alley.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see.
So just for your edification,
Okay, squares are 5 or squares are 10?
squares are 5.
Okay, 5, 10. Okay, so I can move to here would be my movement. That's within my 30.
Mm-hmm.
And I see nothing.
Nope. You do know that at the end of the alley, you believe that Karen is on. Oh, I can't typing on the map. You think that she is on this side of the alley, and you think the contacts are on that side of the alley.
So that was 4 squares. That's 20. So I can actually move to here and still be within my 30.
Yep.
And I still don't see anything, so I'm going to. That's it.
Dash.
That's
Okay.
all I can do.
You do have the option to dash, and if you are still moving silently, or at least stealthing, hopefully you won't grab attention. But it is a risky proposition.
Yeah, it's risky and it's dark and there's tentacly shit out there, and so I'm gonna be cautious and stop movement and stay stealthy.
Okay. All right. Cool. Next, a beastie gets to go. Where are you, beastie? There you are, beastie. It charges Gray. Whoop. And unfortunately, does not get advantage on this, but it does get to snap at you. Yeah. All right. Gray, it leaps at you with some kind of supernatural, preternatural ferocity, and lays into you, doing 2 points of piercing damage as it lashes out at you. And you get a full-on view of this creature now. It is like a dog, maybe a wolf kind of creature, but throughout its body are these tiny little worm-like tendrils, which are more pronounced coming out its eye sockets and also from its mouth. And there is.
What have you been smoking, dude?
Many books.
there is also a palpable acridness to this creature, and uh, everywhere it's kind of writhing and spinning around. Anytime these little worms kind of fling off, they seem to break down and actually turn almost
Just like the
acidic.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like an acidic component to this too.
So what is
The
the hex
hex,
bludgeoning statistic?
the hex should actually be a piercing. If
Yeah,
that
but
is,
if I'm holding it in my hand, I can use it
oh,
as a club.
you can use it as a club, 1d6.
Did
You also can quickly draw a weapon and just go to town with your sword too. But if you're like role playing the fact that he's flipping out and just starts wailing on it with a club, it would be like a 1d, actually be a 1d4.
Well, see, I picture him as having two pistols.
Hexes. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
so
and you have multi attack. Yeah. Oh no, you don't have multi attack yet. But yeah,
no,
you have
I
two
don't have
pistols
it
out.
yet. I'm level 2.
Yep. All right. Cool. Yikes. So that's that critter. And did you take damage off for the 2 points of piercing?
I'm still trying to figure out how to do that.
So there's a
I
trick.
just
If you click on your token on the map
yes.
and you click in the red box,
Yeah.
that's got 22 in it, and if you do
Minus
minus
2.
2 and hit enter, it'll decrement your hit points automatically. There you go. All right, cool.
I remembered you showed me. I was just trying to figure out if it was on my character sheet or on him.
All right, cool. So next is Koopa. And you hear someone with a hex rattling off a round. Unfortunately, that might not actually. Oh no, that does work. Okay, cool. And then that does 9. Ooh, my
Nice.
goodness. Right on. Okay, well that's actually kind of good because that got rid of the thing, and now I get to do. Oh crap. Okay, so I think I roll. Hold on. Okay. All right. You hear Koopa from the alley, essentially kind of screaming, "Die, damn you, die!" And you hear "bam, bam" with a hex, and you hear a ricochet, but then something that sounds like it hitting something kind of meaty, and that's it. Next is another critter, and that critter is going to shamble forward. Next, that critter is going to wait. Where are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, it is going to. All right. So the thing that you were shooting at earlier, Gray, is now shambling towards you.
Oh yeah, they're all gonna be on me.
All right, that is dead. Let me take that off the list, and then oh come on, off, off, off. There we go. And then finally, what are you? Oh yeah, you're there. So it's going to all right. And now top of the round, Thorhelm.
Yay, Thorhelm.
All
Ruby,
right.
did you see that thing kind of wander into
Oh yeah.
your field of vision, Ruby?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to see that my companion, Gray, is being assailed with another one coming up the porch. So I am going to cast I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Gray.
Okay.
And
I forget what that does in the new rules. I'll look it up, but yeah.
I just popped it into the chat.
Oh, perfect.
You ward a creature within range against attack until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or lose the attack or spell. This spell doesn't protect a warded creature from area of effects, such as explosion or fireball. If the warded creature makes an attack or casts a spell that affects an enemy creature, the spell ends. So, anyone
so I'm warded
between
only until I fire again.
yeah. and then I am going to move into melee range with this doggy, and
Okay.
that is my turn.
All right. Cool. All right. Next is a Kale, and a Kale, not wanting to let others kind of take the brunt of it. All right. A Kale charges up and goes to town. That's right. He does not have that. He slashes at the doggy thing with a longsword
Yay! Thank
and
you, my hero.
unfortunately misses.
Ugh.
Oh no!
Let me double check real quick, but I'm pretty sure its AC is much higher. So a Kale runs forward and lashes out with his longsword. Laying on hands, I do believe, actually is as an action. So yeah, he can't do that quite yet. Okay. And that is it for a Kale. Now, Twisted Dead gets to go. 2, 3. And then that thing is. You
Stephanie,
hear.
are you aware of the fact that we're not seeing it move? When he's doing stuff with some of these creatures, we don't have them on our screen yet. Just be very careful.
Yeah, I can only see one from where I am.
Shit,
Yes.
I thought there were more bad guys between me and you, or Gray.
No, they're, I
Crap.
think, further around towards
Okay.
Koopa. Yeah.
Damn it, I should have done Shield of Faith instead of Sanctuary. Shit.
Anyway, just remember he's moving stuff we can't see.
Yep.
Go
Well,
ahead.
and yeah, and again, I want you guys to be kind of in the dark about what's going on. I want it to be,
Absolutely.
yep, be scary
It's
and
dark.
spooky.
It's scary. Yep, absolutely.
It's
one
already
thing-
scary and spooky. Are you kidding?
So, you hear Koopa yell, "Damn it, they're not going down!"
Yeah.
To Karen, and you
Guys,
also,
move.
yep, you also hear Karen yell, "We need some help down here." Just kind of yelling up into where obviously the sacred flame stuff is going on up there too. Karen yells out again, "We have civilians!"
Oh,
Shit.
shit.
Okay.
And then
All right.
Karen gets to go, and she is actually going to focus her. Crap, that's actually closer. She's going to do that. You hear her rattle off an attack with her head,
Nice.
and you see
Nice.
Ruby. You see the one right next to you just come apart at the seams,
Nice.
essentially from the neck up, and then goes crumpling to the ground. And again, you're kind of close to this one too, and you see the same behavior like from before when Gray dropped the other one. It falls to the ground in a heap, and all those worms, those kind of creatures that are on it, kind of scatter a little bit, and then immediately kind of dissolve and turn into this kind of soupy, bubbly mess.
So they go all melty and grody when they die.
Yeah. And there's also a very strong kind of acrid smell that goes along with that. And the earth itself kind of burns a little bit, like they're almost acidic.
Someone's
Great.
someone's been indulging in a Clive Barker marathon, I think.
Oh yeah.
Ow.
Gray, you are up.
We'll roll
You have
later.
just been savaged by this canine canid beastie right here. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot its head off.
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay. So you are trying to of course you're in melee with this and all that, and it's snapping at you, and just in kind of a fit of like, I'm done with you now, you literally stick the muzzle of your hex into its mouth and rattle off a whole bunch of rounds. Go ahead and roll the d4.
Oh, you want? Okay.
Yep. Because you literally just blew its head completely off with that damage.
I'm getting there. Like I apologize to all of you guys.
Oh no,
I'm
take your time. This is a
like
we're all
really
getting used to
stupid.
this.
At the
And
moment, my brain is like really struggling
Yep.
because things you've told me I know is in there, but I'm like, oh, I
Yep.
don't know.
And so, and I did not
So
ask
there we
you,
go.
and I'll let you kind of manage your ammunition and all that. Are you using one pistol at a time? Are you alternating?
I'm only using the one right now, yes.
Okay,
In
so you
part
have,
because he had the lantern in his other hand and put it down.
yep.
So
So you've completely emptied that pistol. You
yep,
will
this
have
one's
to
empty.
spend an action to reload, but you still have your
Yep.
other pistol, so that if you wanted to start
Yep.
rapid firing that guy, you could as well. You stick the muzzle of your pistol in its mouth as it's kind of engaged with you. You just bam, 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 bam. Its head explodes,
Nice.
covering you in gore, and it tumbles backwards, its kind of head almost smoking. And much like the creature you guys killed earlier, it's the tendrils that are on it kind of come off and turn into this boiling mess.
So just to make sure that we're clear, when he's in close quarters with anything,
Hmm.
he flails them away from him.
Yeah, you're
So
brushing
he's
this
not
crap
breathing
off
in.
you.
He's not getting any in his eyes. He's not getting any in his mouth. He's swinging stuff off his arm.
I got it in my eyes.
Keep open
Oh my God.
wounds away from
We've
the
all
gore.
seen that movie, apparently.
I saw 28 Days Later. I know what happens.
Yep. All right. You hear Sheraton yell, "Crap! There's more!"
Shit.
And what
Yeah,
is
we got to
this?
move forward.
Okay.
I got the right.
He's
real
going to
quick.
take the time to reload, so he's going to shout reload.
Actually, not that kind. That's actually no. That actually is that kind. Okay, all right. Cool.
And it's my full action next time that I'm reloading, yes.
It takes a full. You can
He
technically
can run, but he
spend-
can't shoot.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
right.
We might look at those rules a little bit. We might let you guys use your full movement to do a reload action too. So I'm going to look into that. Actually, let's experiment with that right now. We'll let you spend your entire movement to just kind of stand there and reload, or use a full action to reload. So that kind of like you have to.
See, I would
stand.
almost rather move and not have the action.
Oh, and that's your problem.
Or I like it that I have the choice. I can either move
Yeah.
and reload while moving, or I can hold my action and reload while I'm standing here because I've got a thing looking at me from a porch and I know it's mad at me.
Yep.
So
Yep. So you could actually, on your next action, if it hasn't engaged you by then, you could just take your full movement, reload, and then just start laying into it.
right.
All right, cool. So Ruby, you are next.
Okay, so I am going to continue down the alley with the stealthing
Okay.
to the corner of the building because I know I heard shots and I think my party is back here. I know they're coming around that way. And the party that I just heard a little girl screaming and
And you can see her now.
now I
actually
can see
both
that
of
there are civilians. Is this the family that we got a family out earlier?
Yeah. What you're seeing are a couple mutters. One of the older townsfolk. You know all these people.
I know
And
these people.
Yep, and the two little
Okay.
girls are also like some of the very few children who are still in town. What is really apparent and what is really unpleasant is that you're not seeing the mother standing
Mm.
about.
Child's mother. Okay,
Yep.
so I can see.
And at the very end of your field of vision, you also see Sheraton, who's standing in front of the old gentleman and the girl. He has his hex out, and he has both hands on it, and he's aiming in the general direction of the things. And actually, can you see the stuff at the very end?
I can see. I see the dead thing directly in front of me.
Which is dead.
Very, very dead. It's all melty now.
It's all gross, yeah.
I see
smoky.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see 7 little circles with apparently people and/or monsters.
Okay, this
from
is
where I'm at.
okay. This is Karen right here.
Okay.
These two are mutters.
Okay.
Two little girls.
Okay.
The old guy.
Old guy and Sheridan.
And then Sheridan at the very end.
And he's pointing back apparently the way that they came from. Am I correct?
Yep, he's focusing his fire down this part of the street,
Okay.
and he's kind of moving the pistol back and forth. There's probably multiple targets.
Okay, and all I can see in the other direction are dead things
Correct.
because I can't see any of my party at all.
Yep.
Okay. Okay,
You
I'm
do-
going to take aim toward the bad guys coming up from behind this group. I can't. I don't have a shot though right now because that's way too far out of my range, and they're in the way.
Which target are you engaging? Are you engaging?
I don't
go ahead.
see.
Okay, got it.
I can't see. All I can see are dead monsters and innocent bystanders with 2 guards.
So you do have the prerogative of using your movement to get close to the other protectorate, or at
Okay,
least
how
kind
far can I? How many feet can I go?
of. You can use a dash action, and you can get as
I'm gonna
far.
have to go grab the phone.
Essentially, any of
I
these
think
squares.
it's this midway point.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I will continue my move. I will. Yeah. No, I won't. Because now I can't move me.
Hi.
Oh, so click to the very top, and on the arrow, and then once you have the arrow selected, you can move yourself.
I did collect. I did have the arrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you took when you were doing the movement
Now it,
thing.
like,
It took my
Everything.
off.
Ooh, let me make sure that. Okay, let me make sure you have access to your character sheet again.
Hold on
Sorry
just
about
a
that.
second, okay. Hey, it's my mom, so I'm gonna take a quick. I'll catch up to you.
Okay.
So give me just okay.
We can. We'll pause once we reach to her. All right, character sheet, bio info, edit. Make sure that you have access. You should have access to it.
Yeah, because I did earlier, but now I can't click on me.
Let me move you a little bit so that you're not maybe in a wall. And can you move now?
No, because when I click on me, I don't. Maybe if I.
Is
So,
your thing set on the arrow
Oh,
instead
yeah,
of the
set on
ruler?
arrow still. So you see your little bar off to the upper left-hand corner?
Yeah.
At the very top of that bar is an arrow.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Okay, go ahead and click off of it and click back onto it. There's probably just something buggy.
Oh.
Click on something else in that toolbar and then click back on the arrow.
And now I'm not even on my own fucking thing. What the goddamn hell? Go away, dice. Okay. Yeah, see, I still can't select myself. Okay, I'm gonna be on something else.
Did she accidentally somehow get bumped to a different layer, or?
No, she's still on a token layer.
Yeah, I can see me. I just can't. Okay, I can roll something. I can. Okay, I can measure my movement.
Okay.
If you can measure your movement, you're still on the ruler.
I can draw shape. Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm clicking up all of the things to see the other things work.
And when you hover over the arrow, you see a pen and then you see a select move.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and click the select move.
Okay. Yeah, no. Okay. Hang on a second. Why don't I just do this? Oh. Yeah, I'm just going to reload the whole goddamn thing because that's pissing me the fuck off. And it's easier to just X out of it and X back into it.
Yeah, it's kind of obnoxious. Like I'm kind of leaning more and more towards Fantasy Grounds because there does seem to be some flakiness of Roll20 and Chrome.
See, and I tried Internet Explorer, and it told me that
not supported.
Yeah, it's not supported or out of date.
Yep.
And then Firefox, it's just worthless.
I use Chrome because I'm too lazy to change. Okay, now I can click on myself, and I'm going to move myself to a position roughly here.
All right,
where
cool.
I can shoot down the way that I assume bad things are coming from and not have good guys in my fucking way.
Yep. And so
But
when you finally get there, you see 4 other contacts down the alleyway.
okay.
There is something, and these are completely new. You have not seen anything like this before. Something that can only be described as kind of like a behemoth of a creature,
The
and
fuck?
it's still a medium-sized creature. It's still man-sized, but it's just kind of hulky and kind of beefy. You see something else that is more tenderly than the others, and in lieu of its arms, it seems to actually have just sprouted 3 or 4 tentacles that are writhing about as it starts approaching the group. There's another creature kind of that you've been kind of seeing before, just kind of a shambling, kind of regular undead. And at the very, very end of this alleyway, there is something that looks like instead of having tentacles for arms, it actually has blades.
It has blades.
Yes.
Blades. Blades.
Yes.
For fucking Edward Scissor fucking hands.
Yeah, but if it put its arms together, it might make one scissor, so it's less dangerous than Edward.
Okay, but
Tentacles
still.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Hide your waifus.
All right. Well, since I dashed, I don't have any actions left, so I can't actually shoot at anything.
Yep. But you can't take free actions like yell for people to get the fuck out or anything like that.
Yeah. I will. Fuck. I mean, people are already gathered up. Can we get them inside? You
You're
know, what's the situation, guys? Why are we standing in the middle of the street? Why aren't you running?
from what you can tell, judging where that these aren't the only bodies. There are other bodies. It looks like both Karen and Koopa were on either side of this porch, essentially engaging a few of these creatures, mostly the simpler undead that you've encountered up to this point. There's bodies everywhere, and now there seem to be undead kind of streaming around the corner.
Okay.
So they did not have an opportunity to kind of move the people down the alley, as it were.
Okay. Two questions.
Uh-huh. But yeah, you say that, and it's like, can you get them up the alley?
Yeah, because I know there's nothing in coming. There was nothing in the alley that I just came out of.
Yeah.
Retreat to the alley.
Do you kind of point the direction that you came from?
I just came from over here. There wasn't anything there when I was in there. Or
So-
would that just create a worse situation for us than being out in the open?
You really don't know. You know that at least the alley that you came from, there's other entrances to it, but for the most part, it's definitely safer than what's coming down the alley, the opposite direction you're facing.
Okay. So I will relate the information to this group that the alley I just came out of didn't have anything in it when I came out of it.
Okay.
Could be safer than the middle of the street.
All right, cool. So you yell this to everyone there. Karen looks around and nods to you and starts waving the cities in that general direction.
Okay.
All right, sweet. Next is Koopa. So Koopa steps forward and starts getting a sword ready and rattles off another shot with his hex. Again at the hulking mass that's still kind of coming down the way, and unfortunately,
Koopa,
that
you're
shot,
worthless.
yeah, that just kind of ricochets. Well, actually, it gets buried in the side of the building there. So unfortunately, he doesn't have anything else to add to that. And then this thing, but it. Oh, actually, that's only okay. So it's shambling forward. Now, the gray back on you. That thing.
And she might not be back yet.
Oh, actually, it makes sense because it's because Sanctuary's on it. So I am going to remove. Whoop! I'm going to remove this token, and we're going to replace it with this thing.
You have done everything in your power to fuck her up for 14 years. The fact that she was able to stand up and say, help, regardless of how hysterical it was when she did it, and regardless of how things may be going on,
Awkward.
Yeah.
she did the one
All right.
horrible thing.
So while
That
we're
she
waiting for
You told her for 14 years that if she does this,
Gray
she
to come
loses.
back.
Uh-huh.
You had to make the decision.
We in this world have seen undead things before.
Yes.
Okay, and I know that the blade shit is something I haven't seen before.
You've never seen, for lack of a better term, weaponized undead like
You
this.
say, I lost it.
I've never seen
In the
dissolve.
way he told it, it was in a stack of plates.
I'm sorry, was that?
Hides the kite because he's on pain drugs.
Dissolve tentacly undead is new.
No, you've never seen anything like this before.
So this is all just not
And
the
so,
undead I'm used to.
when she told the story,
No, this is unnatural, exceptionally unnatural.
Unnatural even for our
around
world.
Joseph was
Okay,
there.
thank you for the point of clarification.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But what
This
I know
is-
is,
yeah,
he was
not
on
cool.
her image sheet. The doctor believed his story. He was clearly on drugs from getting sick. And if she doesn't get sick, then you just don't focus on it.
All right.
Turn it into a
So,
thing.
the creature shambles up to you, Thorhelm,
Okay.
and in lieu of all the targets that are available, it seems to avoid. It may have failed its saving throw, and now focuses attention on you,
Okay.
and swings wildly at you with a 14. I think that misses, right?
14 misses.
All right.
However,
Uh-huh.
I am going to use my reaction
Uh-huh.
to cast Wrath of the Storm.
Ooh.
Let me pop that here so you can see it. When a creature within 5 feet of you that you can see hits you, or no, it didn't hit me, so never mind.
Yep.
It's got to hit me first. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So,
You can allow
never
it to
mind.
hit you. Okay. All right, cool. It swings at you, but you are easy to kind of dodge. It's easy for you to dodge. It's kind of fumbling.
Yeah.
All right, now for the crazy bladed thing. It. Okay, yeah. All right, this is good. It starts.
Move like a bitch.
Huh?
It's a bajillion D squares away from us.
Yep. But it's now. Stephanie, you from your location, the bladed thing that's at the very end of the alleyway. There's something unsettling about it. Like it, for lack of a better term, it
actually at home and actually.
it seems like there's almost like an unnatural intelligence to it. You know, because undead, you know, they just kind of shamble about. You know, eat brain. This is
directed.
it's moving with a certain kind of determination that it's that is unsettling.
Is that normal for monsters in our world that they have
Well,
an intelligence of some kind?
There are some intelligent undead. There are vampires. There are other kinds of undead that are intelligent. But they are they're a classification of undead in your experience called the living dead.
Right.
These aren't. They might be living dead, but even I mean this is just so.
But I'm not gonna ask them if they have citizens' rights. I'm just gonna
Oh,
fucking
no.
shoot them.
No, yeah, you're well within your rights to gun these things down.
Yeah, I'm
So-
I'm keeping my eye on that blady
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, but the blady thing, it kind of stretches out its arms and starts advancing with intent, and it's not cool.
No,
Thor-
that is highly not cool.
Yep. Thorhelm, you're up.
I am up. Okay. Here's my thing. I'm gonna ask Gray and Akale. Have you guys got this?
Akale says, "We got it. Go."
Okay, I'm gonna use my action to disengage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to 5, 10, 15, 20. Bump my way around here to try and help back up Ruby.
Okay. You see at the very end of your field of vision, you can actually see the back of Koopa, and of course he's actually there's light behind them, right? Okay, so you do see some shadows kind of being backlit by the light that's on the at the end of the alley, the house right there.
Yeah, I have
There's
a
probably
very faint
yeah,
outline of Koopa and something ahead of him.
and you're essentially seeing four figures kind of dancing down the alleyway. Including probably the backlit of something with its arms stretched out like wings, but
Yeah.
probably look more like swords.
And it's this thing right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So Ruby, you see Thorhelm come screaming around the corner behind you.
Mm-hmm.
They've got this. Let's help these people. And that is my turn.
Akale goes nuts on the let's see here. What is he gonna do? Oh yeah, he's just gonna do this. So Akale essentially drags the sword up right between the legs of the undead creature, and then drags the blade using both hands up through its chest.
Nice.
And it is literally it is sundered right there on the spot.
Woohoo!
And is laid low.
It falls in twain.
Oh,
Then
shoot.
does the bubbly ichor kind of grossness too.
Could I make an addendum to the end of my last turn? I was gonna do something and I totally forgot it.
What was it?
Can I yell to Karen? Now Karen's the one I assumed was possibly a possible priest.
No, she is not a priest. She is most definitely a soldier.
Okay. Never mind then.
Okay.
Somehow I wrote possible priest next to her in my notes.
You know that the full orc is a thaumaturge.
Okay.
But there weren't any of the others. There was a druid and a thaumaturge, but that was it.
All right. Cool, cool. Then never mind.
So next, this thing advances on Koopa and lays into him.
That's not the blade one, though.
That's not the blade one.
Okay.
And flails about, and Koopa's essentially kind of trying to keep the tentacles off of him as much as possible, and is able to narrowly escape being trapped by this thing. Next is this thing, which advances on Koopa, and
Jesus.
This is working.
And that she hasn't learned already from Joe how to spin the treatments.
All right, I'm just gonna roll this instead.
Because unfortunately, it's my brother.
Oh, unfortunately, that does land. And the other one lays into Koopa, just kind of clawing at him and biting him, and he's kind of struggling to fight it off. Then comes Karen. Crap. She is actually, even against her.
Okay, if I
go, she's gonna move the civvies.
If I go,
so she's gonna hold her action. Actually, at this point, all the civvies have been holding their action. So she actually starts going down the alley, and the civvies go along with her.
And they collect from me all of the details that they need. And my dad asks me, "Do you know anything about this?" And I tell him no. And then I tell him, to his face in front of the social workers, I think she's right. She didn't do.
And that is Karen's action. Move the civvies that way. She can't fire. Oh, but she can actually fire at that. Actually, no, she's gonna hold her action. All right.
Damn it! She's blocking my movement.
You can move through them.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely. And absolutely.
It's Gray's action.
Yeah, I talked to my therapist. And I
Now
talked
we could hold at this point,
to
or
happen,
just simply move Gray towards the action.
and we're in trouble.
Yeah, let's just drag Gray along.
But she
Yeah.
doesn't have the skills.
So I'm
to
gonna
do
move Gray.
partly because she knows if she pulled the trigger, he'd call her a traitor.
Gray's
We'd
gonna
all
be
stop
right
hating,
here.
all hate her, and move on. Because that's what he's told.
All right. Okay, that's Gray is gonna do that, and can Gray make a shot down that way?
Now, did a Kale move after his attack?
Ooh,
I'm
he
100%
should have, and I forgot.
Like that. If anybody on the planet understands
He was
where
he was moving here in a sec.
you know, and
Okay.
I did it.
All right,
No,
Ruby, you are up.
Die if I did it.
So Karen and the cities have moved away from the
And so
active
I asked
melee
those
with
cops
Koopa.
every 30 minutes.
But Koopa is about to be overrun with 3 of
these.
these things. What are you gonna do?
Okay,
Because
I
I was
can't
terrified,
actually see where
but I still
Kale
did it.
is right now.
You know he's around the corner, but that's
No, but I
that's
still
Okay,
did it.
he's way back
And so
behind
no
me.
matter what he
Yeah.
tried,
And
she got the
Thorhelm and Karen are taking the civvies down the alley.
I don't know.
well,
far as I
Thorhelm
know.
seems to be headed your direction, but she is most definitely taking the civvies out of harm's way.
Bad things. And kids in good houses do bad things because they see where they think about it. And so all I know is that Freya's in shit. She needs help. And I'm hearing from my brother that it's all about him.
I
And she needs
am
to step away.
tempted to take a free action to
I have
ask
to make sure that I'm there for Freya.
dude in front of me, god damn it,
Koopa.
Koopa. I'm willing to take a free action to ask Koopa if he wants me to help him or shoot him in the head.
Well,
But
he's not that quite desperate yet. Like in your experience, this is a situation that could easily escalate into the please put a bullet in my head. But it hasn't quite crossed that threshold yet until he's being pulled down by 2 or 3 of these at the same time. Like he's not actively grappled yet. He's just kind of fighting them off.
It can be like, wow.
I am going to.
Because this is kind of out of control, you know, and
shoot at the dude directly in front of me, which is not Koopa.
She picks on
Okay, cool. That is the hulkier, beefier one.
Yes.
And you can actually tell that it has been riddled with bullet holes and is still moving.
I'm so enraged that I'm mad. That's all I have.
In that
case, want to stick somebody? I can show you what a being.
Since it appears to me that
I can show up and show you what it's like.
Sorry,
you know, don't even start with me, buddy.
Your sheet disappeared. So it appears to me that bullet holes are not helping this guy go down.
Take it back
So I am going to probably.
Then you hug my little sister. Tell her you love her. Tell her I'm sick, and then I will text her.
And see how much of his head I can hack.
Go for it.
But yeah, I love you, Mom. Don't ever forget that I also love my brother. He's a pain in the ass.
So you advanced into melee with it, correct?
Yes, and
I just wish I had any hope.
15 is going to do shit, isn't it?
Well, actually, its AC is much lower, so you actually do hit.
Oh, awesome.
Lying to himself for years.
And then I click on it in chat, and it gives me damage, right?
Yep. You click on the word rapier.
There we go.
Ooh, nice.
9.
And let me read something real quick because I keep.
Yeah, but I feel like he's got her snow.
Are you wondering if she's got sneak attack?
I was coming at him face on. I don't think that's a sneak attack.
Well, if your target is engaged with another target,
that's true.
You do get sneak attack.
Go ahead and roll your sneak attack damage.
There you go. Then another 6.
Okay, cool.
Is that correct? Damage?
Yep.
Okay.
And it doesn't even have to be engaged. All it needs is you need to have an ally within 5 feet of your target. As long as an ally is within 5 feet, you get sneak attack.
Right on. No wonder I flew myself to Gray on a regular basis.
Why do you think Gary got so much radical ass damage on his attacks? Is because
Oh,
he
wow.
took full advantage of sneak attack.
Nice.
All right, so here comes. Oh my gosh, he missed it by one. Okay, you come at it and just start slashing at it, and with every slash, it's trying to trying to put its arms up. A hand comes off, an arm comes off, and then finally you get it right across the neck, and its head just kind of rolls back and tumbles to the ground.
So I've just reenacted Monty Python.
Pretty much, like
Right
that.
on.
Yep. You hack it, and it's enough to bring it back to the ground. By the way, it failed to save that it needed by one, so it was you actually picked up some.
So I almost didn't Monty Python it. I feel so Mike Toth right now.
Got a little Elvis going on. Thank you very much. All right, cool. So that was Ruby's action. Koopa is actually gonna lay in the thing next to him. Yeah, no, you're in melee range, so he's actually gonna keep engaging stuff. Koopa moves into the critter in front of it with his sword. Ooh, actually lands a blow.
I'm guessing the rogue can do it.
And does some damage. Unfortunately, it's not enough to bring the creature down. So he stabs at it and draws the sword, and the creature just kind of stands there for a moment, kind of thinking, like it's pondering what it's going to do next, and then it lunges forward again. All right. Next, moves forward to you, Ruby, and takes a swing at you. And misses.
That's good, because I am a rogue and I should be able to dodge.
So it just kind of clumsily flails at you, and then you're able to kind of evade it pretty easily. Thing is dead. And then comes the blade.
Riddled with bullet holes as well.
The bullet hole thing has been destroyed as well. Next is the creepy, scary bladed thing, and it just keeps marching forward with its arms out.
Bastard.
Thorhelm, you are up.
All right. I really don't have much of any choice. I got to use my action to dash, so I'm gonna double move it.
Okay.
Up to here. And that, unfortunately, is about all I can do.
Okay, cool. A Kale is also going to double dash it.
And it's not part of the chain.
No, I don't want to do that. That wasn't meant for you. He's not actually belching flame yet.
So the only place that I can't justify is if he continues and
wait, let me do that one.
So he wants to take himself out. It's a horrible thing, and he's been miserable for so long. I don't know that I would be more than just sad.
Joe. Crap. All right, so Kale runs forward, and now it is the tentacle beastie's turn. It lashes out at and unfortunately does land a blow on Koopa. It wraps its tentacles around Koopa, and Koopa essentially is kind of being constricted and lashed at by this creature. And you just see him just take one hell of a painfulness.
Well, she sent me a message and I was afraid.
Let me.
I love you, Mom. Oh yeah, you too.
All right, 7. All right, cool.
What was the answer?
All right. So it lays in the Koopa, and he is just beaten up and slashed, and is essentially kind of wrapped up.
Sorry.
Oh, you're okay. Is everything okay, Ruth?
We're recording, aren't we?
Yeah.
I thought about that after the fact.
Oh shit.
Um,
I didn't think about that either.
yeah, it's okay. Things are really bad and it'll be okay. I think we're all on the right page. So, oh my goodness, all hell's breaking loose. My character's moved. We've got people I don't know, so you got to tell me what's going on.
So you have engaged the enemy. They're Karen and Koopa are in the alley right now. Karen's actually the gray circle closest to you.
Yeah, and
Uh,
Koopa is the one on the red background.
yeah, well, he's actually
So-
way in the way back. So Koopa's over here, and
Oh, okay.
he's actually being actively mauled by the creature in front of him.
Ah, okay.
And Thorhelm and Nikhil are rushing to his aid, and Ruby
right.
is right next to Koopa and the other beasties.
All right, so I'm not quite centered. I just need to shift my map a little bit.
Mm.
Hey, there they are. Okay. All right. And then are there any humans in here? Because we heard right before I took off to go take my mom's call.
All of those
There
people gathered
was
up
a young
by you.
person being
Yeah, all these
attacked.
people here are civvies.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay.
those are all refugees
All right.
needing to help.
Okay. So it's almost my turn, so I'm going to catch up by watching what you guys do.
All right, cool. So the creature has essentially grappled and then has wrapped its tentacles around Koopa. Oh my gosh, and cats are having a tussle over there too. And Koopa is kind of in a world of hurt. Next is Karen. She is more interested in getting the civvies moved and out of the way. And so she's going to take them and essentially kind of go the way that you guys came, assuming that direction is kind of safe. And that is Karen's action. Gray, you are up.
Did you forget to turn your mic back on?
No, mine should be on.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Are you just kind of like looking at your character sheet?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out.
Cool.
All right,
Check.
so
I thought we lost you.
I'm just trying to decide whether I want to try bludgeoning or whether I want to continue firing. I'm going to take myself further down and in to the fray, I think is what I'm going to do. Now, how far can I go? 30 feet?
You can double dash and get twice as far, I think.
I'm going to double dash and not go quite twice. So I'm down next to a kale. Or am I now moving the opposite direction I needed to go?
No, you're right. You're right. You're next to a kale right now, and that's Thorhelm 4 spaces ahead of you. And then in direct line 4 spaces more is me.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I think you're good.
All
Now we
right.
just don't have anyone else. But you.
All right, Ruby, you're up.
Ruby, well, I'm obviously going to engage with the jackass directly in front of me. And since the rapier worked pretty well the last time on stupid crazy shit, and it happens to be still in my hand, I will whack him with the rapier. Ooh, 17.
That's a hit.
Right on! And that's a 10, and but I'm engaged, so I don't get the sneak attack, do I?
Well,
No,
that
you don't get
enemy
Alright.
still has an ally within 5 feet, so yes, you do.
Oh, okay then.
Well, actually, it's technically up to Sean. I'm still kind of in DM mode myself,
Yeah.
Sorry.
but it's up to Sean.
Okay, you can have the 6
It-
or not, but I
yeah,
got 10.
it wouldn't be in this case because Koopa is not contributing because it's actually he's being constricted right now. So you can't
That's
you
true.
can't
That's
use your
right.
ally
Oh,
advantages.
okay.
That's
So
right.
I only get
But
10 and not the 6.
you only get 10. However,
Okay, I can't
again,
take the 6 off.
much like with the hulking beastie you encountered before, he wanders into your kind of your whirling blade attack,
And I
and
multi-python him.
you take him off at the knee, and he kind of goes down to the ground and kind of looks up, and again, top of his head completely off, and he rolls backwards.
And do
a
they
sputtering.
do the melty thing?
This one does the melty thing too.
All right.
Oh man. Okay, so they're all new in some. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So I'm knee deep in melted dirt and acid and shit. And
Oh, yeah.
Melted bad
The
guys.
smell.
I'm gonna stand there with the. I'm going to not move. I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm just going to stand there with my rapier directly in front of me, aimed at Blady asshole.
All right, cool.
With the "come at me, bro" on my face.
All right, and now Koopa is going to try and escape constriction. Grapple. I always forget what the grapple rule is.
It's
DC
12, I think, is what you wrote in there.
Oh, that's actually right there. Yep. All right, cool. Escape. So he attempts to escape. Ooh, and actually, he has escaped. So,
Shit.
he is going to step back and use his movement to right about there.
Oh, thanks, guys.
That's okay.
All right, and that thing
That's
has
all
been eliminated. And so now it is this thing. All right, and Stephanie. 1, 2, 3, right there.
Yep.
God,
Ruby,
uncanny
it-
dodge
it
would be so
was.
helpful right now.
Oof.
Shit.
Yeah.
Ruby versus assholes of the day.
Sorry.
Oh no, I don't get any bonuses for him moving into my range.
No.
Only if
No.
he moves out of my
Out
range.
of
Yep.
your range.
So-
Bastard.
It advances
Him,
towards
not you.
It advances towards you with its blades out, and it
Uh-huh.
makes two swiping, kind of like scything attacks, clipping you, and kind of taking a good gouge out of you with its blade. Now, now that you're close enough, you can kind of see that the blades themselves are definitely bone. Like it's kind of grown out of the limbs that it had before. In fact, you can kind of see where the radius and ulna kind of have fused into this bony-like projection.
Okay, and he did 7 damage?
7 points of damage.
Fucking A.
God, uncanny dodge would be so handy right now.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
How bad off are you, Ruby?
I'm at 9.
You're at 9? Okay. All right. All right. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm
All
okay
right.
for now. Well,
Fortunately, it hasn't had a chance. The other one hasn't had a chance to grapple you, because if you were dealing with both these things right now, it'd get ugly really fast.
Yeah.
And again, you are able to kind of see through its kind of milky white eyes that there is a weird kind of intent to its actions. It's not even I'm trying to feed or something bizarre like that. It is purposely trying to kill.
Right. And I don't like that.
Yep. All right. Thorhelm, you are up.
Okay. I'm gonna look over my shoulder and yell, Akil, Gray, get up front, pronto, Ruby, fall the fuck back, lass. And I am going to make my way up here where he was, and my action is going to be to cast Cure Wounds on Ruby.
Okay.
That's as far as I
Um,
go.
Ooh, thank you.
Right on.
so 7 points of damage healed.
Thank you so
Back
much.
up to full.
Yep.
So I think that ends up being my
And
action to dash forward when we do it. I moved him,
Okay, that's cool.
but
all right,
I think that's my whole action if he's gonna dash.
and that's my turn.
All right. A Kale charges up. Yeah. Why are you doing that, Kale? It's that little light. Okay. Oh, and I'll move your lantern next to you too. Oh, you already had your lantern. Never mind. All right.
Okay, I'm completely out of it, and I have 50 things going on. But
Yeah.
there's a couple of little pieces that I got. I got them. Until next time when I don't got them. But
All right.
I
And
feel ya.
uh, so Kale is going to probably. Yeah, nothing really here. Kale's just going to lay into it with his longsword again. Oh, but he's actually able to do this. Hold on. Oh, you know what? We screwed up on his character sheet. He's actually missing some of the paladin abilities
uh-oh.
as well. That's okay. We'll fix that at a later point here. For now, he's just going to longsword it and drop it like it's hot.
Nice.
All right, so a Kale comes running forward, kind of does a leap, and brings the sword down on the shoulder of the tentacle thing, essentially carving out half of its torso, which goes
Oh
flopping
my
to the
goodness.
ground.
Woohoo.
And the tentacle actually kind of writhes around and crawls forward a little bit, and then, much like everything else, kind of breaks down and dissolves. And then it turns around and plops down to the ground dead too.
Barf.
All right. And
Whew.
then that was the next thing would have been that's action, but it just got filleted. Karen is going to move the civvies out, and we're going to treat them as being kind of out of the combat at this point. Oh, don't take the undead with you. Oh, well, that's okay. All right. So they are kind of out of it. I'm gonna take her out of combat too. And Gray, you are up.
All right, now I did my dash, which was like 1.5 times again my movement distance. Does that
So that would have just been all movement at this point.
yeah, that's what I
All right.
figured. So
Okay, cool. All right, Ruby. You're staring down the working end of the bladed arm thingy. And it is, of course, winding up to do some more slashes at you.
Okay. I'm going to throw a thank you to Thorhelm for the healing. And while he did tell me to get the fuck out of Dodge, I am directly in front of the bad thing, and the bad thing is closer than me. If I move out of its way, it's going to attack me. So instead, I'm going to attack it.
You have the prerogative to use your action to do what's called a disengage, which will not provoke an attack of opportunity, but also means you can't make an attack yourself.
I'm gonna attack anyway because
Okay.
it's there. All right, I have an ally next to me,
Yep.
and he is not engaged. So is that a sneak attackable plus for me? Having a friend next to me?
I think so. I'll double check on that. Go ahead and make
I
the sneak
think
attack.
because I am still within 5 feet of the target, I count
Yeah.
as an ally in range, so you would get sneak
Yeah.
attacks.
Okay. So I'm gonna
that's
rapier,
kind of clever to know.
and then I'm going to
Oof.
hit really hard. I'm going to damage, and I'm going to sneak attack it for
All
13
right.
damage.
All right. You do
'Cause I'm
13
assuming a
points of
24
damage.
goddamn hit it.
It actually did. So
Did I
you
not
are
type on it?
while it's kind of winding up to kind of dig its blades and to both of you and kind of navigate the battle space, you're able to to again bring the sword just up and over and onto the wrist of one of its arms, and the blade goes flying, flying off into the distance. All the connective tissue severed, and it goes plopping to the ground. It then kind of looks at you and kind of moves to block your other blow, which gives you an opportunity to kind of drive the sword right in, kind of through the bottom of the head, right through the top. You give it a nice twist and you pull it out, and it just falls over backwards, dead.
Fuck.
Actually, I made a mistake there. At second level, you have an ability called Cunning Action, which allows you to dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action rather than your action. I totally forgot about that.
Instead of slaying the monster, I'll let you do that.
Oh, I don't mind slaying the monster.
Okay, all right.
No, next time I'll know that I can cunning action it.
I completely forgot that that's a second level, not a third level ability, so that's why it didn't pop in my head at first.
Oh, and I actually thought I was still first level, so, that's fine.
I'm glad you guys aren't, because you would have all, at least you would have been killed just now by what went down.
Dead. I would be very, very dead right now. So dead. I think I only had like 6 points or something. 6 hit points last time. Yeah.
Yep.
I would be dead. Okay, so monster has been Monty Python once again. I really like doing that a lot.
The monster has been demonstrated.
Demonstrated. All right.
Koopa is kind of panting a little bit, and he kind of breathlessly lets out a thank you. But he looks like he's kind of a bit of a wreck himself. And he looks back down the alley where Karen and the civvies went, and he looks at you guys and says, "Are you all good here?"
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. All right.
We've
He
gotta
turns
search the
and just
entire
kind
area.
of, yep. He turns and kind of starts jogging after Karen.
All right, so I would know the town better than Ruth does. Gray would know.
Yes.
What do I know about the 2 locations where these things were seen?
That didn't make any sense because they appeared to be coming around this area right here, which is essentially really close to the town hall.
Mhm.
So, if anything, it makes more sense that they were coming through this alleyway right here than anything. Of course, maybe they just are coming down the street too.
And
That
in
just seems
relationship to the one that we killed, though, they're random,
they're kind of random. Like this is kind of,
which means there's either more
or
or
they're just quietly wandering about, and you're just randomly stumbling into them. Now again,
yeah. Now,
it's
do we
nighttime.
know
It's
the
dark.
people?
People at nighttime really do kind of like stay in their homes.
No, do we know the faces of the things we killed? Were any of them still human enough that we recognize them?
None of these yet look like any
We
towns.
thought that the one from before might have been one of the miners, but we weren't sure, right?
Actually, the one from before and the ones that you're seeing here as well. Um, uh, Again, nondescript and all that, but there's been a couple bodies, a couple of the undead, where they look like they were in prison garb.
Oh, that's right. Prison, not one of the miners. It was prisoners.
Yeah.
All right.
And in fact, the thing that the bladed thing almost looks like it was wearing a straitjacket.
Okay.
And by the way, this town does not maintain an insane asylum or a prison or anything.
No,
or
we don't
jail.
have either of those.
Well, there's actually a small jail, but it's not like
Not
you'd
like
have.
prison camp, though.
Yeah, exactly. So that is what's
we just
unusual.
Have a county
about
lockup, not Sing Sing.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Okay. Are there any effects left after the dissolving to look at? I don't really want to touch any of it because that's kind of gross. But if I stir it around with a stick, can I see any kind of identifying markers on the clothing that's left? Or does the acid just take it all out and
the acid just kind of starts breaking down like their clothing and their bodies and all that. It's almost not like not that you all have had a lot of experience with acids and all that, but this is more like digestive juices kind of thing. And it's just slowly breaking things down. There's kind of a hiss. There's definitely a very acrid kind of smell. It's
Gross.
yeah, just gross.
Okay. So
Yes, nice. As you are investigating the undead, a figure comes into view wielding a rifle, and she has it kind of pointed in your general direction.
Is it
All
Shireen?
right.
Huh?
Is it Shireen?
No, it is Saline. Well, it's the sheriff.
Which way is she coming from?
She is coming from direction right here.
Okay, she's coming from the way that the bladed thing came from.
Correct.
Yeah, from the direction we need to continue going and checking. Yeah, yes.
She is slowly walking up. Do you want to draw on her or point your weapons at her?
Well, I already
No.
have my rapier is in my hand. I have not put it down yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still
So-
holding my gun. I would just hail her and say,
Yeah.
"Hey,
What ho, bitch?
She kind of ignores that and is kind of looking around at the bodies. And as she approaches you, she's like, "We're the people."
they were
They're
evacuated."
making their escape. Do you have any?
Karen took him up near the direction of the train station.
She
You're
gets quiet for a
exactly-
moment, like shit's just gotten real kind of moment.
Uh-huh.
And then she says, "Okay, so you're all seeing to the evacuation?"
Hey, that's what we're trying to do.
All right, I'm gonna get Viz in and some others. She's kind of looking around, like she's now. When you were all in the mayor's, essentially in the city hall, she was very cool. She was very collected, and she had an air of danger around her. That illusion has been dispelled a little bit. The dissolving corpses all around you have apparently rattled her. And by your nature as protectorate, you're kind of a little inured to the kind of horrors of the night. She is,
Is this
you
your
know,
first
Very
rodeo,
clearly
honey?
not in your
yeah.
She's the freaking sheriff.
It's funny you guys say aliens because, well, anyways, we'll
Well,
get to
we're aliens to this world. That's the point.
true, yeah.
So it can always be aliens. They can come from anywhere.
It can always be aliens.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask her. How did you get to be sheriff of this town and you've never seen this many big bad uglies at one time?
She finally just turns to you and says, "Go fuck yourself." And
Hey, bitch. That's no problem with me. On
Gray
your
just
way.
chuckles. I'm going to start strolling back the direction she came from. Just enough to make sure that I don't see anything coming down from around.
when
Yeah.
she sees you heading that general direction, she also turns. Again, she has her rifle down to the ground. She's actually more kind of falling in line with you guys. But she is also headed towards the town hall. Now, at this point, at least within your line of sight, you're not seeing any of these critters kind of coming up this general direction.
But we're
And
pretty close to
Saline
City
starts
Hall,
heading.
aren't we?
I'm sorry.
We're pretty close to City Hall, aren't we?
In fact, she is walking.
We have to loop
into-
around, yeah.
Yeah, City Hall is over in that general direction.
I just had a weird red flash.
Yeah, that's a
on my s-
flamethrower.
I was pointing
That
in the
wasn't
general
me.
direction. Yeah, there's got to be a better. Ooh, what's this? Is this a better effect?
Well, the flamethrower works.
Okay, yeah, the flamethrower might be the best like direction thing.
It's fine. I just wanted to make sure I didn't manage to do some dumb thing.
Ooh, what is this? Oh, that's. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that.
See, that works perfect. Now I know what direction.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's spray that way.
Nice cone of
Of
nuclear
yep.
there.
All right.
Cone of
Are
sphere or
you?
whatever?
And she is. She's walking into the town hall. She's again having the rifle kind of swiveling it side to side, kind of watching everything going on. A mutter has now emerged from his home and essentially has a knapsack over his shoulder, sees you guys, and starts wandering in your direction very cautiously. Where do I go?
Train
Are
station.
you taking me? Are you taking me there?
We still have a whole section of town to clear. That's a long walk out of our way.
I think we should just gather him up and go.
Yeah, you're gonna
get some
travel with us. It's
refugees
gonna
and
be a
take 'em
walk.
all at once.
All right,
Yeah,
come with us.
It's gonna be a walk. Come on.
Come with us if you want to live. Oh, this is
Yeah.
good because you need
So-
red shirts to show how the monsters work. Okay,
That's
good.
right. Do we know is the captain in? Is the captain back to the city hall yet, or is he still on his
You-
way to the train station?
You say that, and Celine says, "Nah, Strawl's not here. I don't know where he is." You hear another gunshot off in the distance, kind of towards the gate.
Yeah, I knew there was gonna be more.
And that gets all of your attention. Everyone kind of looks in that general direction.
Okay,
Yeah,
is that
and then-
east of us or west?
It is. I'm going to use the beam. Beam attack, go. It is in that direction. Saline looks in that general direction and says, "I need to get the mayor and everyone else in this building out, and then I'll come join you." And then she steps in through
That's
the
fine.
front door, kind of. Whoop. She steps in, doesn't actually belch flame, but actually steps into the city hall.
I am going to go. Can I go between these buildings right here and get? No, I can't. I go this way.
That
I
building,
want to get on the other side of the damn buildings.
But this alley, yes, this would allow passage. Mutter actually kind of looks towards the sheriff and looks towards you guys, and it's like, should I go with her?
You can go with the sheriff if you prefer.
Okay.
Probably safer.
Okay, yeah, I safer. I can do that. And he steps into the city hall.
Sorry,
I love how
I lost
fast
this our
that
red
moves.
shirt.
Thank you, Sean.
I want to get on the other side of this row of buildings in front of us and scope out the field on the other side between there and the wall.
All right, cool. So we'll again kind of move to the, I'll let you guys stack out, get in marching order outside of the door there. And really quick, I'm just making a brash assumption you guys are reloading and all your pistols are reloaded.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. Okay. All right.
I have to come all the fucking way down here to get around the damn buildings. None of us go to the end of the fucking street.
So again,
It looks like the gray on the big map, like the detailed map. It looks like there's a lighter gray and a darker gray building that we can cut between that are only like 4 doors up.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks
All right.
like it, but I can't get through there.
You can't get through this space?
I can't.
I
seem
don't know how to
go
ping
there.
the map. How do I ping the map?
You click and hold. All right. So at this point, Ruby has run ahead of the group.
Okay.
Do you see my ping?
Could you ping again? Yes.
Here?
She can't get through that space?
I can get
I'm
through
sorry.
this space,
You
but I
can
might
get
as well
through.
just go to the end of the street.
Okay.
I mean, at that point. But I am there. I am here now. I am going down between the buildings.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Run.
Ruby, right at that point, where you're at,
Okay, I'm back a little bit. Right there.
you see dozens upon dozens of these
Oh, God.
things kind of milling about in the darkness.
Oh, fuck, an A.
And I'm not going to put them on the map quite yet, but assume like each of these pings out here seem to
Large
be
amount of crap.
something kind of milling about in the dark and headed in that general direction. Now
I'm hiding.
and then
stealthing.
you hear a gunshot again in this general direction right here.
Okay. Yeah, that's who I'm looking for.
And you see a flash, but that's about it. You don't actually hear anything else. A Kale moves up. And really quick, Gray, what are you going to do? All right, you're gonna move up right there. So go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we're
Splitting. So freeze
well.
movement.
And what is our actual pecking order? Like,
is Thorhelm our leader of our group, or are we all
haven't
pretty much
discussed
the
that.
same?
Yeah, we've never really talked about
We
it.
haven't ever discussed that. In fact, we've been up until now. We've been doing things in pairs. This is the first time this time around. I mean, during the game that we're really doing anything as a foursome.
Well, there's a reason I'm asking. Are we really just equals because we report to the guard captain?
Oh, in a very
Seems-
really real sense in the Protectorate, you're all pretty much at the same rank. And really, it's pretty flat organization in this town, at least. Captain Strahl is kind of the captain above all you guys. It is kind of implied that Sheridan is kind of like a second in command, but he is at the same rank as you. He is not. He is more of like a right-hand person than someone who's in command. You can tell him to go fuck himself if you want, but Captain Strahl.
No. The reason that I'm asking is,
Mm-hmm.
I need to know. I don't know what Ruby can see,
Mm-hmm.
but
What?
I'm going to do a thing as soon as I know what Ruby can see.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
And if we're all equals, then I'm not going to be worried about doing it.
yeah.
Well,
So
I don't. I'm just reporting that holy fucking shit, the pod people are everywhere, but I know someone is out there shooting at things, so there's got to be one of our guys out there, and I would really like to get our guy out of the mess before we run away.
yeah, I'm trying to
At
find
least.
Thorhelm, and I think he's in the darkness ahead of me.
I am right here.
Yeah, you're in the darkness ahead where Ruby is.
I'm kind of trying to bridge the gap between Ruby and you guys, so that there's a visual chain.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
at this point, Ruby, what are you going to do? Again, there's kind of been another gunshot. You kind of almost see a flash, and you're kind of sure at this point that it's near the gate and kind of on the other side of a big mass of these creatures that are coming up.
Okay.
Also, Gray, you see a bunch of civvies pop out of this building right here and start cautiously going up the street.
Because I'm zoomed in too far, I'm not seeing.
They are in
Yeah,
this
and they're
general
heading
direction.
our way or the other way.
They
they're
see
headed
you,
away.
but they're headed
Good.
away from you up
They're
the
heading
street.
away from the sound of.
Thorhelm.
I'm gonna sneak forward. And hide.
Okay,
in
make
the,
a sneak check.
Okay, I want to hide in the corner of things here. Oh god damn it! Sorry, my character sheet keeps fucking disappearing on me because there's too much shit on my screen. Stealthing. I'm stealthing. I can't see
Good.
what the fuck I'm doing because god damn it. Sorry. Okay, I didn't stealth all that great, but at least I didn't get a goddamn 4. And I'm searching. I'm stealthing and I'm searching.
Okay.
But I don't have a search. What the fuck do I want to do? Want to investigate?
And what are you necessarily looking for?
I'm looking to see who the hell is shooting out there in the middle of shit.
You can't tell.
To identify the shooter.
It's too dark.
Yeah, it's too dark and too far.
They're too far away. Okay, so they're out of my range of night vision.
Pretty much.
Okay.
The engagement is happening about 145 to 150 feet away.
So it's way out there, and the bad things are within my range of sight.
Yeah,
so.
the bad things are essentially out in this area, and there are dozens of them.
Okay, so
they have not taken notice of you, and they're just kind of in a general kind of as a mass shambling north. Now, here's the thing that kind of hits you cold. First off, the town is lost. You are seeing what...
Yeah, there's too many.
There is no way that you could clean up this mess, as it were.
No.
Because much like roaches, where you see
we just need to kill it with fucking fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worse yet, the mass is moving towards the train station. It's moving in a northerly direction. And if that gets overrun, you will all die.
Yeah.
You are
All
kind of
right.
aware of that kind of grim.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
realization.
trying to.
Yeah, let's
to
get a
keep the
general
morale mentality.
evacuation going and just get
Okay,
ourselves
everybody,
out of
let's
here.
go.
I'm going to sneak back to my party.
Okay. And are you going to tell them the bad news?
And
sorry.
I am going to whisper to them, oh my fucking gods above and below, we have got to get as many humans and whatevers. We need to get as many townspeople who are still healthy the fuck to the train and out of here. We are going to lose the town. It's done. We have to kill it with fire. There is no saving anything here. There is no salvage. We are done.
Okay.
We need to
With
get
that,
as many of the townspeople on the
So,
train
Sean,
I'm
as
gonna
fast as possible.
Sean,
round up these townies up
before
here.
Thorhelm goes anywhere, is there anything that we can do to blow something up or make a noise down here while we run up to try and draw their attention this direction? To buy
Well,
ourselves the 5 minutes it takes them to shamble on the other way.
without any hex powder or anything like that, I can't see of anything. I don't have any spells big enough to send that kind of distraction off.
Yeah, then we
Well,
gotta go.
Go
that
ahead
was my
and make
only-
a intelligence check, all of you.
Well, because I'm
I have to
carrying a
make an
lantern.
intelligence check. God damn it!
All right. Well, actually, okay.
I didn't get
Okay. Ruby, you hear you hear the mention of Thorhelm mentioned
Distraction.
hex powder and distraction, and you're like, oh, you know what? It's kind of funny. If only we had those giant kegs of powder that were being stored in the warehouse directly
Warehouse
to the
that's
south
right
of
across
us.
the road. Yeah.
Yeah, directly south of you all is a warehouse that is full. Whoop! I'm sorry. I meant to do that. That actually,
right.
you do know that there is some powder kegs down there.
Thorhelm,
Let's light the warehouse
it won't mean
on
much when we
fire.
finally get in trouble, but blow that shit up, would you?
There's no way we can get it onto the train and take it out of town. We might as well blow it.
Blow it up.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if I have anything. Well, guiding
light a
bolt
fi-
might
if
do
you
it.
Matches. What else do you need? It's light fire.
He's trying to think of a ranged solution. So
Yeah.
that he only has to run down the road, fire off a fireball, and run back. Remember, he's the slowest moving member of the party. And
Yeah.
we found out a long time ago that pick up the dwarf and run is not an answer that Thorhelm will take. So,
You know, I have a crossbow. I could shoot a flaming arrow if you give me, something to aim at. But I'd really rather just, throw a Molotov cocktail in there, whatever that passes for in this land, and get the fuck out of here.
yeah,
With as
we've got to
many-
do something
with
quick.
as many
That's why.
townspeople ahead of me as I can herd.
Yeah,
Because we're going to get one pass. One pass. That is it. If we're not on the train, we don't go.
Collapse the goddamn headset.
Well, I do have some torches
Huh?
in my pack.
Also, all the lanterns along this alleyway are oil lanterns.
Yeah.
They're at a low flame, but yeah.
Waiting to happen.
Okay. I'm probably not the best idea to do this because I am the slowest mover, but there is a lantern right on the building.
Yeah, I have a
directly
lantern.
across
I
from
can
it.
Go down there.
Um,
And I have
the
some
elf
athleticism
would probably
and some
be
acrobatics.
the elf would probably be the best bet.
I have no problem with that.
Because technically, depending on how Sean wants to call it, you could use your action to dash, then your cunning action, bonus action to double dash, plus your movement. You would have triple movement, depending on how Sean wants to call it. So that would be up to you.
will do all the things.
Tough to
My
shop.
question is, do I have to go into the building to light it on fire? Or can
So-
I stand outside and hit something with a flaming arrow?
So the entrance to it is I'm gonna ping the
Oh,
entrance and all
forgot
that.
to turn off.
That's essentially the entrance to it right there. And it is there's a myriad of things in the warehouse. A lot of the more accessible goods are towards the front. So there's foodstuffs. Because it can get chilly at night, there's also, some lumber for burning. There is lots of coal to power a lot of the steam-based items around here. There's also other kinds of exotic fuel for some of the smaller devices that are.
So
are
that
kind of-
warehouse is basically a dirty nuke, is what you're saying.
Kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. And of course, there is blast powder that is used in mining as well. Now, that stuff is kind of kept towards the back. There's special, like there's an area that you have to be wearing silk slippers when you're handling the kegs, things like that. But throwing a lit lantern in there kind of is going to start a timer where that building is eventually going to blow.
Yes. So
You're not
if I-
you can
You can lob it.
Yeah, you can lob something in there, and chances are that oil is going to spread, and it's going to spread to other fuels, and that thing is going to go up. If you
Right.
want to guarantee a detonation in like 3 rounds, though, you risk yourself greatly because you're going to have to get very close, get a very dead sight on it, and hope that you hit your mark pretty accurately. Where in your mind, tossing a lantern in there in a good minute or so, that thing's probably going to go up.
Yeah. So that works for me. I just wanted to make sure that it was going to catch on fire and I would have time to run away from the front door.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you throw
Yeah.
if you take a lantern and throw it in there, it'll set off. And really quick, I'm going to give Gray his lantern back. You
Oh, I
could
had
take
actually
Gray's
put it
lantern.
down so that she could take it.
Oh, I got it. Okay,
I put it on in the middle of a square so she could take it.
cool.
Now,
Now,
if
there are other lanterns too, and if you want your lantern, if you want to take that lantern, let me know.
I
if
was
you
gonna
need it.
grab one when we went further up.
All right, I'm gonna give you guys access to the lantern. Control by
It's on the building
players.
there.
All players. All right.
now
So
if
that one on the building is yours
if-
to play with.
if Sean will let you do all 3 of those moves in 1 round, you could get from the door to this square right here in 1 round.
Mm-hmm.
So, to give you an idea how quick you can get out of there if you need to.
So is that your plan?
Okay, my plan is to use all of the movements
Uh-huh.
to get as close to the building as I can. And it's like 85 feet away from where I am.
75 feet to the doorway.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
it's
okay.
75
that's-
feet to the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
that's really
overcounted,
actually only
sorry.
like 2.5 your max.
Yeah,
Okay.
right now you basically have free movement. It's once the flame goes in, that's when you would be on
That's
on
when I have
basically
to
a
be-
timer.
Okay, so I will move at a normal rate, which will be 2 rounds ish.
Okay.
I will take 2 rounds worth of movement towards my objective. While
Gray is
everybody
going to
else-
follow.
All right.
And I'm
Now,
going to
everybody
take a
else
round of
can-
movement away
I was going to say what
That's
they should
fine.
be doing is
towards
perhaps
the towards
knocking
these
on the
townies.
doors- knocking
Okay.
on the doors around us and saying, "Get the fuck
Get
to
the
the
fuck
train now."
out. Yep.
Yeah.
Now is the time to get to the fucking train. Go now. Do not pass go.
Well,
Do
we're
not collect
here. We're not
$200.
in as much people housing, are we?
Down
This is
here,
like
there.
shopkeepers
Should
and
be shopkeepers and stuff.
Yeah.
moving
So
about
this
there.
is
yeah.
not.
So I can knock on buildings and tell people to go now. Don't even bother to pack a bag. Go.
Okay. All right, Ruby, go ahead and make your move.
Okay, there's my first 30.
All righty, we are in combat. So, Ruby, down the alleyway, you see a couple of the shambling dead.
Shit.
Here, right in that direction right there. Do you see them?
Yeah.
I do not.
I'm going to ping the map. Technically, they are just going to be shaded
Oh,
outlines,
okay.
but you can actually see them
I'm
because of
I'm
your
on the
vision.
wrong side of the road in order to have my sight go that far down.
All right, and I'll roll initiative for Kale.
There. See, if I had gone on that side of the road, I'd be able to see them.
Yep. Well, the good news is they might not have seen you yet. You actually are walking that way, and you're stop. Oh, shit, they're there.
We're bringing light with us. They know we're coming.
Yeah. So
I don't have any light on me.
Yeah,
We,
you do.
uh,
You picked up the lantern to throw it.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, I forgot about that. Damn it.
all right. So technically, it's a surprise round for you.
Oh,
Uh,
good.
I mean, you're kind of stepping into it, and let me get a Kale initiative up there too.
Oh, so would that mean we have advantage on attacks?
You would have advantage on attacks if you wanted to do so. Initiative. There we go. Kale.
That means sneak attack, Ruby.
Right.
If you wanted to use your action for a sneak attack versus carrying out your plan, they are kind of slow, so you think you could outrun them. But we all know how this goes. People try to outrun a big mob of undead, they get cornered, and then they get eaten.
Or they trip.
I'm.
They trip,
Yes.
yeah.
Or they get stuck in a revolving door.
And
You
all
know,
these
whatever.
knotted branches and stumps and all that, someone will trip over it, and then they'll try and run away by crawling on their back hands. That's what happens.
Honestly, I think combat this close to that horde would just break off some of that horde towards us. We're best just trying to stick with the plan for now.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Let's get the goddamn warehouse lit on fire,
Shutter
All
the
and
right.
then
lantern.
I'll worry about shambling dead on my retreat.
Okay.
Shutter the
let me-
lantern.
I'm shuttering the lantern.
Okay. All right. Make a sneak roll with disadvantage. The disadvantage is from the light source that you have, but if you roll well, they may not even see you.
Okay, so I click disadvantage at the top,
Correct. Yep.
then I click sneak attack.
Uh-huh.
No, it'd be
Oh, no,
would it
I'm
be
not-
stealth saving throw or a stealth check?
Oh yeah, no, it'd be your stealth check. I'm sorry.
So disadvantage stealth check.
Mhm.
Yes.
Done.
Oh crap.
And I still kicked fucking ass.
See, this is why I love rogues.
So you spot them before they spot you, and you just kind of shutter the lantern, kind of wrap a cloak around it, and they don't apparently take notice of you. They're just kind of slowly shambling about. So in initiative order, when we actually we can, let me sort this in initiative order, numerically descending.
Right now,
Gray.
I am embodying Norm.
So great. You see you're walking with Ruby, and Ruby looks down the alleyway and immediately shutters her lantern and is looking at general direction. It doesn't take much to guess that she sees something. What are you going to do? Oh, actually, if you're shuttering that lantern, I'm going to do something to that lantern real quick. Hold on.
Yeah, it's dark.
I can still see them.
5.
Stick with
There you go. So
I'm
unfortunately
gonna
for you,
stay
Gray,
right here.
that's your vision is now a little compromised, Gray. And
Are you
with
continuing,
me.
Ruby? Are you continuing?
I will be moving forward shortly. Keep an
I'm gonna
arm up.
stay right here.
Oh, you're gonna
You
stay.
stay
You're
on
gonna
plan.
hold.
Yeah, stay on
Okay.
plan. Go. I'm not
Okay.
gonna knock on any doors till you're back. Go.
Okay.
all right, so Gray, we're going to assume that you're going to hold your action, which means you'll be able to move yourself to the top of the initiative.
Yeah,
next
I'll
round.
only be
Of
able
course,
to
you're already
see
there
them
anyway,
when they
so
reach. I'll
Yep.
only be able to see them when they reach the edge of the light in the alley,
Mhm.
if they come that way.
Okay.
Because as soon as she moves away, I lose my tiny little circle of light.
Got it. So,
So I'm gonna be
with
standing in total darkness.
that, what could possibly go wrong with you standing in the dark with a bunch of undead things wandering around?
Yeah, you know.
Why did you have to go there, Sean? Why did you have to go there?
Gray, you're holding your action, and my read for that hold is that you're going to watch this kind of where the light is.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
And pretty much if something comes popping out there, you're either going to mow it down or advance on it or whatever. So I'm going to treat that you're focusing on that area to watch the undead.
Yep.
Ruby, you're next.
Okay, I am going to continue with my movement toward the
The warehouse. You're very
Okay.
close now.
So
which
Ruby,
brings me here.
bad
and
things have
oh,
happened.
holy shit!
Yep.
I am still in the dark,
Yes.
but I can see.
She has a small circle. I'm going to move the lantern because you actually have.
I have dark
that.
vision, but I have a shuttered lantern.
So you have
So
that
I can
with you.
see. I can see that there's shit in the dark, and that is
So-
shit that I'm seeing and not real people. Correct?
Yeah, it is shit.
Sean?
That is not. This is not people. This is something
Okay.
ugly. And there's something that you have not seen before. That is
Oh, the
absolutely
abomination guy.
terrifying.
Worse than Blade Hand, asshole.
Yes.
Fuck. Okay. I
Big
took my movement. Do I still have an action at this movement?
Yes, you still. So you still had your movement, and I'm trying to think. Did you actually use your full movement?
I
Yep.
moved my 30 feet or whatever.
Yep. So you are. So
So
you
I
are
am-
now. You now have your actions. You could use an action to move further, and then throw. Well, actually, I take that back. So you've used your movement.
Yeah, I've exhausted
you're-
my movement. So all
You've
I can do at
exhausted your
this point-
movement. You could do a dash to get closer to the building, or even get inside the building to throw a lantern. But then it'll be the next round that you actually throw your lantern.
Right.
There is no inclining yet if that thing saw you, but it is actually kind of stationary and just kind of doing its thing there.
Are they? I mean, are they facing toward me, or am I seeing the back of them?
These critters over here are kind of facing in that general direction. Like they may have. Actually, let me use the arrow. Where are you, arrow? It's like they kind of wandered in that general direction and then are kind of wandering in that direction. This thing over here may have come that way.
Okay. So basically, I'm stuck between them.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, they haven't seen me yet.
They probably haven't seen you yet.
So
Make a perception check real quick.
Sure. Oh, that is not right. There we go. Yeah, no, I can't tell anything about them
The front
at all.
door of the warehouse is ajar, and there's someone or something inside of it. You're not sure.
Shit.
And I don't have any movement left.
You can use a dash to do more movement.
Okay. But can I stealth the dash?
Yes, you can.
Okay, do I need to roll stealth?
Nope. We're going to keep your stealth check from earlier
Okay.
until something engages you or raises an alarm or you possibly startle a townsperson. They scream or something like that.
Okay, I'm going to get right up to as close to the door as I can with my dash and peer inside.
All right.
Ajar door. I'm not going to
door.
open the door. I'm not going to touch the door. I'm just going to see what I can see from outside into
from outside the door.
Yeah. The door is ajar, and when you peek inside, you see that thing just kind of milling about, knocking things over. It looks like it's almost like it's rooting for food or something like that, like it's trying to sniff something out. It has not noticed you yet.
Send it to hell. Send it to hell.
Oh, God. Okay. I am ready to toss shit in there on my next turn. I am going to stay right where I'm at.
Okay. So that was your action, Ruby. Kale's action is unfortunately
knocking on doors and moving towards Thorhelm, probably.
Yeah. So he's probably going to knock on this door right here. He doesn't even know what you know yet.
Nope.
So
Nope.
he is.
Yeah, neither of
knocking on
us
that
do.
door.
And neither does really Thorhelm because he was headed.
Yep.
north with a kale. So
The banging seems to get the attention of a pair of undead, and they start
Ugh.
wandering in that general direction. Thorhelm, your action.
I am obviously still rather clueless about this whole scenario. My concern is just these 3 townies up here.
Yeah, they got
Um,
like they got some bags and all that, and they're just kind of, you know, and again, like this is kind of the shop area and all that. You're looking at essentially a tradesman, a baker, and someone's wife, essentially,
I'm just
one of
gonna
the miners' wives.
I'm just gonna stroll up and instruct them. Get to the train station quickly, shortest route. Run, don't look back, and send them on their merry way.
Oh, and that they are like, oh, and they are gone. They're moving at their full pace.
And then 5, 10,
Gray, your
15,
action.
20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move a little closer to where a kale is.
Okay, cool.
And then I will be right back. I'm gonna go grab a quick snack really quick.
All right, cool. Gray, what are you going to do? Gray, Ruth, you there? You might be muted.
Huh. He was here.
This actually might be a good chance for a break. I might hit the rest for myself real quick, and then we'll join here very shortly. And how much time do I have before I have to bolt? Okay, we'll probably be able to finish this before I have to run.
Okay, yeah, because it's 20 after 12. So
Yeah.
close
All right,
to
cool.
doneness.
All right, sweet. Back in a sec.
all right.
Everybody ran to get food and pee and stuff.
Oh, I thought we were done in like 10 minutes. Sean had an errand to run at 1.
Yeah, he said we'd probably be able to get through this encounter first.
All right.
How are
Well,
you
I'm sort of screwed because I can't do a treatment for 15 minutes until we're done. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we can certainly. I'm pretty sure this.
I'm
is
fine.
Stopping.
It's bad enough. How much could you hear of my conversation with my mom?
We were trying very hard not to listen.
Well, because he's got to post it on YouTube, so I'm a little worried.
Oh,
I
dear.
totally should have muted it, and I didn't think. Too damn
Yeah,
sick to think.
We figured you didn't actually mean for us to hear that, so we were doing our best to just kind of.
Well, at least the
through.
3 of you already know.
All right. Gray,
So-
what did...
At least it wasn't having to explain to the other Rob what was going on.
Yeah, there's that. We all know Joe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so great time to split the party, guys.
Well, we're trying to get back here.
All I want to know is which one of you Mavericks went into the settings and clicked hard mode.
Oh, no, it wasn't me.
I did not do that.
All right. So in turn order, it's Gray's action right now. Gray, are you going to continue holding your action, or Ruth? Can you hear me? Actually, can you all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. Just
Are you
Yep.
waiting for me to rejoin you, Gray, or are you?
I'm waiting for you to make sure you make it back.
Okay. All right.
All right. So Gray, you're going to continue to hold your action.
Oh,
All right. So something unsettling happens. Something kind of wanders out of the darkness, and essentially, whoop, don't do that.
yeah, as soon as it's in the light, I can see it from my vantage point.
Yep. And this thing
There's
is
a
just
porch light
kind of,
right there.
yep, it's focused on the porch light actually, and it's just kind of looking at the lantern, and you see something come up through its chest and out its mouth like a tentacle or a proboscis,
Nope.
and it starts
Nope.
probing
Nope.
the light and just kind of wrapping around it.
Huh.
And of course, it's swaying and kind of casting an eerie shadow, which gets Ruby's attention too. And this thing is right there. It seems to be distracted by the light, has not seen any of you yet. Um, and that is its action, is it's just kind of like attracted to the light or heat and is poking at it.
Oh
Maybe
boy.
it's like a moth and doesn't realize it's about to
Yeah.
die. All right, so I can't
I'm
communicate with you, kid. I'm down here freaking out.
yep. Quiet. Quiet.
Yeah, he's
Of course.
probably muttering something along the lines of "Stay cool, stay cool."
All right, Ruby is your action now.
Thankfully, I am going to toss my lamp, whatever, in my hand, the fiery thing. I'm going to toss the fiery thing in through the ajar door, aiming for the nearest stack of fuel I can see.
Okay, that's about 15 feet in. Roll a d20. This is an attack roll.
Um, okay, just any old d20.
Yep. Slash roll 20, or yeah, use the thing.
How
Ooh,
about
very
a
nice.
16?
All right. So
Um,
you do that, and
and what is the save on a stack of paper?
it automatically fails.
Oh, excellent.
Oh boy.
Actually, let me change the dynamic lighting real quick because that's not what you're going to see per se.
Yeah, I was intentionally standing here in the darkness. I'm going to
There
be
was no
plunged
way
into
I could
lightiness.
avoid being lit up like a goddamn Christmas tree at this point.
Well, it shouldn't immediately flash the entire. It should just a little brighter where we are. There's just no way for the dynamic lighting to understand
Yep.
the
Yeah.
difference between one candle
So-
power and warehouse power, which it's going to have in about a minute.
Yep. So this is more representative of the light it casts.
Okay.
That door is now lit up. There is a very low boom as that lantern shatters, and that entire room is engulfed in flames. That
Excellent. Now I'm going to do my
So,
retreating.
Do
The
rogues
retreating
have
is coming.
resettable staminas? While
they do
she's
not.
been
Not
sitting
in
there
this edition.
quiet, she can dash again
Unfortunately,
now
no.
that she's rested. Okay.
All right. So,
I didn't. No, I dashed and then I didn't. Then I waited for my next action.
yep. So this is actually your beginning movement.
Right.
So,
I want
uh,
to take all of the movement I can possibly take as fast as humanly possible.
so now you, since your action was to throw that, you can
Mhm.
move 30 feet as part of a movement action, 60 feet as part of your dash, and then another 60 feet. You can essentially be right next to Thorhelm
Okay.
within
Go.
by spending all of your movement.
Okay. And
Go.
Gray held his action until I came back. So I'm assuming
Sweetheart,
he'll
I
fall
have
in.
dug myself starting blocks with the boots my heels.
Okay.
You get
Then-
past me and I'm gone.
All right. So when you see me coming by, and I'm going to,
And you
slap
are
you on
going
the
to
arm
be
as I go
looking
by,
up.
that is the clue to come. So I have made it
I'm
to
moving
Thorhelm.
towards your. I'm moving backwards with my eye on the thing on that porch and my
Oh.
eye on the now narrower gap of darkness where those things were in the alley. So I'm moving her
So-
direction, but I'm doing it with my eye on the things that I know are going to be approaching now.
Now that the alleyway has kind of been lit up by the light coming out the doorway and all that, that thing that was kind of licking and probing the lamp is actually aware of you and actually sees everyone running up the alley, and its mouth just kind of opens up wide, and the tentacle just kind of rises, and it lets out this kind of weird, trilly, very alien sound as it's alerted to your presence,
Nope.
and you start running up in that general direction. So that's Ruby.
I'm just gonna
I-
yell, retreat.
Yeah.
And-
A kale also starts pulling up the rear, and so he actually moves right there. And then the other dead move into come here, move into view, and Thorhelm is your action. I imagine you guys are just moving away from the ticking time bomb.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, now from a player perspective, I know what's happened, but the
all you
character
know is that
perspective,
Ruby just booked by you.
I can't table talk this. Um, all I
You knew
saw
I was
was
gonna
this.
blow shit up.
I
It's
knew you.
blown.
I knew you were blowing shit up, and I knew you were running away. And all I know is I saw this tentacled thing licking a lamppost right where you used to be. So
Retreating.
first off, I'm like, hella nope. I'm casting Guiding Bolt at
That's
that.
right, because he was actually preparing himself for an action as soon as he
I-
came into view.
I'm casting Guiding Bolt at that fucker right there.
Okay.
At Mr. Tongues a lot. Rolled a 22.
Ooh. So what does this do? Flash a
Nice.
light, blah blah blah, on a hit that takes 46 radiant damage, and the next attack roll made has advantage thanks to mystical light. Ooh. Okay. Roll it.
So as Ruby gets next to him, she hears nope, 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 and nope.
Yep.
And then a flash of light extends
Nope,
behind.
nope. And
Yeah.
So
And now all of the other little tentacly beasties will want to go lick his face.
if only they were cannibals. Damn it.
Right?
17
So,
points of damage, and then I'm running.
So
Right on.
you point and your thaumaturgic symbols flash with energy and coalesce into the actual bolt itself. And then as the essentially the calculus of the magic takes hold, it flings from your hand directly into the pretty much the gaping maw of this thing. It erupts in a flash of light, and after your eyes adjust after the kind of the after image of this thing, you see orange embers kind of scattering around where its head and upper torso used to be. The lantern next to it is just kind of knocked off the wall, and its upper torso is completely gone, and there's just kind of this whirling orange ash and embers flying about, and it crumples down to the ground. Its body writhing, tentacles, and the same kind of behavior before. Whatever is not burnt from your attack is now
Mhm.
just slowly kind of dissolving,
Melting. Yeah. All
and
right.
it is destroyed completely.
Gooch-tastic. Let's get the
yeah.
fuck out of here.
Nicely done.
All right, cool. So that was Thorhelm's action. He moved. Gray, your action. You
Running.
can take a move and a dash, which gives you up to
My
60 feet.
instinct is, hold on a minute. I was just.
And
going
you can
to-
hold your action and pull up the rear, but you also might be in a fight with a Kale who's also holding his action and pulling up the rear.
I'm.
Gonna snap a shot.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I need to hit each of them at least once. But are they actually actively headed towards us?
They are wandering towards you. Yes, they
Yeah,
move
they
much
know we're
slower
here.
than you, but they are. Yeah. Now you can attack one. You can't necessarily attack both.
Is there anything differentiating the two of them from each other?
No, just one's more threatening because it's closer.
I can't say left guy, right guy, or
Yeah. There's
Baldy
the,
versus Blondie.
so this guy right here will just simply say is taller and shorter.
All right. So I'm going to say to Akale, I've got stretch, and I'm going to shoot the taller one.
Okay. You do that, and he also has his hex out and takes aim as well. Go ahead, make your attack roll.
I'm getting it. I just need a d20 or roll the hex.
You roll the hex, yeah.
Right.
And let me know if you're rapid firing before you do it.
I
and
am not.
Okay, cool.
And it's just normal, not advantage, correct?
Yes, normal attack.
Right.
All right, that is a
Thank you.
hit. Go ahead and click on the word hex to do damage. You punch a hole right through it, and it goes kind of stumbling back and crumples to the ground.
Good.
And then you can take your movement up to 30 feet.
I've got to run because I just fired a gun. I just called them all to me.
Yep. So you
Oh,
can
yeah.
do 30
About
feet.
that far.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wherever you'd like to go.
Oh yeah, I have to click back on the arrow.
Now, you are also without a lantern. You're kind of relying on
No,
a
I
kale.
grabbed one and
There's a
It's
lantern up here on this
leaving me.
house.
Yeah, I grabbed one. I
Okay.
just have to get it to let me pick it up again.
Okay. Can
There we go.
you make sure that you do have? Let me make sure you have access to it. Okay. Yeah. All players.
I
should
have it.
control that.
Oh yeah, I had it. I just
All right. Cool. All right. Sweet. So that was Gray's action. And then that thing
Kale
is
gets to shoot
gone.
the other.
That thing is.
Stubby.
That is that. Okay. Bam. 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 This thing comes running out of the building, and then Akale's action. Akale applies a hex to the situation. Where is Akale's character sheet? I keep losing his character sheet. There we go. Blam. That is a hit. That is 6 points of damage. All right. Akale pops around into it and it staggers, and he also goes running in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right, that general direction. And next is, wait,
Ruby.
where's, yep. Oh, actually, Thorhelm. Wait,
Yes.
did we skip Ruby? Oh, we skipped
She
Ruby.
was running.
Yep.
I was running. I will continue running. Boom. There's my running.
Right on.
Yep.
All right, cool. All right. And Thorhelm, your action, are you going to continue with the running?
I'm
You're
going to
actually
continue
seeing
with the running.
one of the civvies who is kind of like startled and like scared and looking in the general direction you guys are running from.
Run and dash, or action to dash, movement to run.
Okay. And the civvy's like, wait for me, and
Run.
also comes running after you. All right, Gray, your action.
Yep, running.
All right.
Okay, running.
All right. So now, okay, since we're actually top of the round,
Thank goodness they can't get through here now, huh, Ruby? You couldn't fit,
Yeah.
but that means neither can they.
all right. At this point, you guys are out of sight of the beasties, I think. So we'll take.
Oh
you
yeah,
into
we're just
combat.
running.
Yep, you guys are just running.
Yeah.
As
I
you're,
want the sheriff's station before, and we should be almost right there, aren't we?
yeah, you're almost at the town hall, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
At this point,
Excuse
Celine.
me, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Everyone's kind of stepping out. In position all the NPCs,
Train
says everyone.
station now. Double time.
All right. So you guys.
If I see Celine or Serene, what is her name?
Celine.
I keep forgetting her name. Do we see Celine?
Yes, you do.
Because as soon as I catch up to her, sort of on the run, I'm gonna tell her there's too many. The town is a loss. Get the mayor. We've got to go.
Okay. Oop, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. All right. So you get. Crap. Why can't I select just one player? There we go.
It's because anything else you click, the system remembers it. So you can't just.
Yeah.
You have to unclick that and then click something else.
All right. And it is at this point that you hear a boom. And it is
Good. Well done.
It's not as big a boom as you had initially hoped.
It's
It
not
is
gonna
more
be
the sound of like a canister that might have been overpressured,
Yep.
kind of
All right.
bursting. and it's actually kind of unsatisfying.
Yeah, but that's gonna spread the fire, and then we'll
It's-
get the big boom.
And
It's all
will
about the patience.
Eventually. It will
uh, at
eventually.
this,
I have trust.
I have faith in fire. Fire has never let me
Right.
down.
Right, fire burns. That's what it does.
Until you're facing the fire giants.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So at this point, I'll let you guys do one more move to catch up with everyone. Celine is not running. She's actually walking to the middle of the street with her rifle kind of pointed down in a general direction where you're running from. And it's at this point that the second boom happens. And this is actually a real boom.
This is the satisfying one.
This is the one that essentially leaves a kind of city-shaped, building alley-shaped kind of after flash in your retinas.
Great.
Uh, y- uh, there's a cacophony and just bits of wood and metal.
I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
as soon as the second one goes, it's Gray's instinct to tuck his head,
Yeah.
bring his arms
And
up
everyone
over.
kind of does that. Celine even kind of drops to the ground, rifle up, as debris and other things just go flying through the air.
I told you to have faith in my fire.
Yep, and we'll actually kind of leave the game there. But there is a huge boom as everything in that warehouse goes. The warehouse is gone. The buildings
have
adjacent
to
to it are
hope.
gone. Probably the undead that were adjacent to it are gone too.
Good.
And there's just this huge plume of smoke going up in the air. And after everyone kind of gets a moment to regain their wits, Vizen walks forward and says, "What have you done to my town?"
Your town was already gone. I just lit the pyre.
Yeah,
Let
I
us
lit.
go to the train now, unless
All
you'd like
right.
to be eaten by tentacle things.
And with that, that is actually a good bookend for this session. You have destroyed a really important part of town. That will be worth a lot of experience points.
Well, I just put it in
Speaking
chat.
of,
You realize that we just did the one thing that I complain about. We
Yeah,
just
exactly.
totally annihilated the one thing that might save us when we're out in this wasteland later and we needed food.
There was no way we could get it onto the train.
I am not the least bit worried, Stephanie. It was partly my idea.
speaking of experience,
Yes, Rob.
When you all have a chance to kind of collect yourselves and get a good long rest in, will be when I will dole out the experience points. But be rest assured that your characters will be leveling up here very shortly.
Yay! And then we have to go find somewhere to level them at.
Yep, preferably something place that's not on fire or surrounded by undead.
Yeah.
No.
Or surrounded by people who want to incarcerate you. I'm pretty sure Vizen's probably going to make a point that you should all be arrested for destroying his town. But that
Well, he
that
can go
happens
down
after-
there and take a
Is it-
stock of
Yeah.
everything that we blew up. We'll wait right at the train station for him.
Yeah.
You
I
go
would-
document all that. I'll be right here waiting.
That's right. You go make a list. You go make a list, honey. Isn't Vizen the one that wanted to send the people, the workers, back to the mine
Uh-huh.
in the face
Vizen
of
was probably
Elpheus?
responsible for that decision. Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
I'm thinking
Not terribly
maybe that
empathetic for him.
Vizen needs to stick it in his fucking ear because he wanted to kill people. I'm trying to save him with the big booming.
Yep.
And we
So-
have no way to know until we get all the way to the train station how effective this was. So,
Yeah.
2 weeks, is that what we said, or was the 2 weeks the one that couldn't happen because you couldn't do the
Not be able to
fourth?
happen because I will be out of town on the 4th. The 28th is also going to be kind of squirrely because we are actually in the middle
the
of
moving,
trying
right?
to. Yep, we're trying
Yeah.
to get our house ready for staging, and we actually have just put in an offer for another house, and
Ooh.
so it's going to get really squirrely really fast. Contracting, running around, getting the house ready, and also trying to squirrel up some earnest money. So between all that and travel, it will probably be the earliest would be maybe the 11th,
Okay.
or we can and try and go the 18th.
Okay, either of those days work. The 11th is Veterans Day. The 18th is just some random Sunday.
Yeah, and the
before
11th would be
Thanksgiving.
better for me so that
Okay.
we can get more playtime in before we take our holiday
Yes,
break.
and I think
Yeah.
everything is going to be a lot less crazy. I say this and I'm jinxing myself, but I think
Right, I know. As
it's
soon
going to be a
as
lot
you
less
say it,
crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. And Ruth, is there anything that we can do to help?
No, I'm so
I-
sorry that I didn't think to
No.
mute my.
No, you're
It
fine.
just really, just think him really strong thoughts because we all know how this can be, and
Yeah.
there doesn't seem to actually be an answer. You know, the people that say, "Well, he never seemed like he would have ever done that," you know, and so that's always been my greatest fear, and I think that was my greatest fear also with Norm. You know, is that they seem so out of control to us that we can't tell how much of the control that they used to have they've got. And so I've just been asking people to think him strong thoughts, you know, kindness, you know,
Yeah.
peace, because I don't want him to get to the place where he feels like he's so trapped that he does something dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been my biggest fear for 24 hours now. So,
Funny.
but otherwise, think nice thoughts for Freya. What a shitty
Yeah.
place to be if you're
Yeah.
15, you know. So,
And she's a
thanks.
cool kid. This is a shitty thing to deal with.
Yeah, it's just ugly. It's ugly for everybody, and that's the worst part of it. And I refuse to be the victim in this. You know, I'm not. All I can do is be here for them. So, and
Yeah.
be sick for Christ's sake. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, get some rest too.
Have a
So
nap.
Thursday,
The
the tw-
11th, I think. Wait, is the 11th?
Thursday, the 22nd of November is Thanksgiving. And so if we play the 18th, we might still also be able to play, like if we play the 11th, we might be able to play also the 18th.
That might be a possibility too.
Yeah.
And let's keep that as a backup plan too.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But I think, like, for me, I don't go anywhere for Thanksgiving, and it's actually not that big of an event here. Some
Yep.
turkey will happen. We'll have some food.
And
But
Canadian Turkey Day has already happened too, so
Right,
hopefully Rob
yeah.
G will
Yeah.
be free too. I'm sorry that we missed him. Hopefully we'll be able to catch him on the next game,
Yeah.
and hopefully
uh,
things are going okay for him too.
See, the
yeah, with
11th
this,
into the 25th would be better for me.
Okay,
Just because I
then
really
skip the
can't.
18th.
Yeah, I
Okay.
really can't do back-to-back weeks.
that's
Oh,
fine.
you said that. I'm sorry, Rob.
Yeah.
You said that, and I didn't.
And
Sorry.
that would give us a chance to maybe even, if we want, dip into like December 9th before we finally take the
Yeah.
holiday break. So
Okay, that sounds good.
that'll give this
I
story a
don't
little
have
more
anywhere
time
to
to
go or
progress
be, so-
before.
Yeah, and you should definitely, hopefully in that amount of time, be able to wrap up this particular chapter and get to the kind of the this is the prologue, by the way.
Yeah.
You'll actually get to the actual story.
Oh yeah, this is the welcome to this world you're in.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
All right.
how we get trapped on a fucking train.
So right. So this is to confirm then we are not playing again until the 11th
Yes,
Yes.
with a plan of hopefully the 25th.
Yeah.
correct.
Normal time until otherwise specified.
Yep. The regular time that time. So
Yeah.
starting at noon
Alright.
until 4. Yep.
Woot.
And ooh, I haven't done snakes on a train yet. All right, we'll have to. I'll get,
Okay, so
See, and I'm suspicious that these things seem almost to be mind controlled. So we're
or
gonna have to find
intelligent
out.
enough to make a plan.
Well, in my experience, we've never seen the dead swarm intelligently towards the only place where we would be going.
Well, and
And they're
remember,
moving
And
towards
we've
the train
obviously never
station.
seen them be attracted to light either.
oh yeah, this is entirely new stuff to you guys.
Yeah.
well, and
You've dealt
remember,
with-
we're still down by City Hall. We've still got to get to the train.
Yeah.
I know, and
So-
we've got all those people we told that we would escort, and instead
Yeah.
I'm hoping I can find like a trash can so that I can bang it and scream while we're running. So we'll have to see what happens.
Get the fuck out. All right, cool.
We need town criers for Christ's sake.
You know, I think the building blowing up is probably a good signal that it's
Yeah,
time to
time
bug
to
out.
Get the fuck out.
Yep,
No
alrighty.
shit.
Yeah, at this point,
Cool.
if you haven't figured it out by now, you're not going to, and you've earned your fate.
Yeah.
Right?
God.
Sorry, I know I'm a
Feeling that.
protector by name, but I'm leaving. You better go.
There's only so much protecting we can do, really. I mean,
Yep.
Well, we've got to get to the train and protect the train until it gets here.
Yes.
We weren't
What's
taking our train. We're waiting for one.
What's awesome about being part of the
We have to hold the
protectorate is you get to say what needs protecting. I'm going to
Right.
protect that train. I'm going to protect that building over there. I'm going to protect that hill a few miles away.
Yeah, we're waiting
the
for a train to
carnage.
come in.
train
So
station until the train gets to it. Then
Yep.
we're going to protect the train.
Now that's the rub too, because the train was actually a little ways off.
yeah,
Da,
it
da,
isn't here
da.
yet. We have to hold the building
Yes,
against
we
an
have to-
entire
we have-
mob.
We have to protect
So-
the train station.
Yay!
Protecting the
All right,
It's a herd of walkers headed right for us. What do you do?
pretty much.
Uh,
But these
blow up the
walkers
building at the
spell
other end of town.
chassid and tentacles and proboscis. Is proboscis the plural of proboscis?
I think proboscis is the plural of proboscis.
Let's just say it is and call it at that.
Octopi. Yes.
All
I
right,
love you guys.
I need to drop off. I need to
Yep.
run right now. Guys, thank you for the game, and I will see you guys here in just a few weeks.
Thank you,
All right.
Sean. Awesome
Awesome.
job.
All right,
Take
thank you,
care.
everyone.
Take care of you,
See you
Sean.
later.
All right, and take care. And please let us know if there's anything we can do to help with Joe.